Oh, welcome back.
Hello,
To
everybody.
Oh, there's Polly.
Mm,
Uh, our very special guest tonight, Grandpa the Nerd, aka Paul Rosso,
Yes, sir.
aka Gandalf the Wizard.
Glad to have you on the show.
thank you, thank you.
And I hope everybody's ready for the feast in the backwoods tonight.
Yes.
I even brought mine with me.
Oh,
Woo!
awesome. I've got the
I still
physical
haven't picked up
copies
the three
too.
pack. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got the
sadly.
I got the two and then I lost them, and then I found the 3-pack. I was like, awesome, and I was worried the 3-pack wouldn't be uncensored, but they were all unrated, so plus
That's
plus.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want the censored version of this. The
no,
uncensored is way better.
oh yeah.
I've got the blue of the first, and the other two I've got the DVDs.
Did they release?
Surprisingly, I don't think I've ever watched the third one until just last night.
Did they
Really?
did they release
Yeah,
the
I've
three
had
of
it.
them? Are all three on blue or just the first one? Do you know if
I
all
think
three of
it's
them
just
are?
the first one because
Okay,
I haven't found the others on blue yet.
okay.
Well, I know the first one got it was the only one with a theatrical release. The
Hmm.
parts 2 and 3 were filmed at the same
Yeah.
time, and they were Dimension Extreme straight to DVD.
Yep. It was a limited theatrical release too, wasn't it?
I think
For two
so.
and three,
No,
I
for the
don't know. I
first
don't
one.
think. So. Oh
No, for the first
yeah,
one.
because
Yeah.
it was Project Greenlight winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that
But
HBO thing that Affleck and Damon did, right? That contest where all the
yeah, I
directors
think
came.
John Gallagher he won what season 3 of that, season 2 or 3, season 3
I
I think
don't
it was because
remember.
it only ran like 3 or 4 seasons initially, and then they tried to bring it back in 2015, and it only lasted a season. It didn't take off.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I love the concept of it. That
Yeah.
all these aspiring filmmakers compete to get a $1 million to make their movie.
It
At
wasn't
least
his
we
the
got feast out of it.
yeah, wasn't his the only horror movie too out of the group? Weren't they all dramas and stuff? All the other winners.
Yeah. I think the first one was that Battle of Shaker Heights or something. That one that launched Shia LaBeouf's movie career.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's who we have to blame for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder it didn't get
Uh,
another season.
hey,
Yeah.
he was a Disney kid before that, so we can blame Disney.
He was also in
Oh.
an episode of X Files. He played one of
True.
the. He was some kind of psychic kid that was sick and lived in an apartment or something. And it was towards the end, like season 7 or 8, I think. But he was in an episode of the X Files.
Hmm. I've never seen him in it. Mm. Oh, damn. These are going down way too quick tonight.
But anyway,
I'm on.
before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I'd like to welcome everybody back to Backwoods Horror Show. It's been a couple weeks. Last week we started our first episode of our summer camp series, which I don't know what we're going to do for the next one yet, but we've got some ideas.
We
Uh,
do?
well, yeah, we've talked. We were drinking, but anyway, what's everybody been watching?
I've been watching a lot of Trailer Park Boys.
Ah,
The
wonderful,
last,
Oh,
the
wonderful.
last, the last
love the
couple.
Trailer Park Boys.
I just fit before me and my wife. I was watching Picard season 3 before the show, but before Picard season 3, I was watching Trailer Park Boys. I'm in season 9 where they just, he was just asking, why is my trailer painted pink?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm on season
yeah.
9. But yeah, I watched Trailer Park Boys like once a year. It's like, and I throw the animated one in there and all their movies and Christmas specials.
Oh
So
yeah.
I usually do it once a
Yep.
year. It's the best.
Oh, I love them.
It's
Oh
all
yeah.
quality stuff. That's the thing. Anything they do is good. I mean, I think the only one of the movies that I wasn't a huge fan of, I still got laughs out of it, but was that the third or fourth one that Say Goodnight to the Bad
Say,
Guys.
yeah, say
Uh,
goodnight to the bad guys. Yeah. That's probably their worst film, and it's still not bad.
No.
It's still watchable.
I love the Christmas movie, and the Christmas movie contradicts
Oh
a lot of
yes.
stuff that went down in the later seasons because they changed some stuff up when they went to Netflix. But I still enjoy watching it.
Oh, the Christmas special. Yeah, I love that one because it explained well how Ricky's car lost its door and a lot of other things, and how Bubbles got his name too, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ricky's car, it's hard to believe, but somewhere in Nova Scotia, that car's sitting somewhere in case they want to do another movie or something. It's got to be sitting in some storage unit or something.
Well, what
Probably
for
in
the
a
first
trailer park.
Netflix? For the first Netflix movie they did. I remember what was it, Trav? You watched more of the behind the scenes stuff than me, but like the first day of filming on that movie, all the forward gears went out in the transmission
Yeah.
on that car.
Yeah, and
So
actually, that's why it was
so
in.
that's
They
why
was
they
driving
drive it
in
around in
reverse
reverse
everywhere.
through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I love that. They're like, fuck it, we'll just roll with it.
yeah, it was fun. I think the behind the scenes, which Bubbles never leaves character, even if it's behind the scenes.
Yeah, when
And they
he's
were
on
like,
set, he's in
"Fuck!"
character. Yeah, Mike
They were
Smith.
like, "Fuck the truck! It won't go and drive." And Bubbles was like, "Well, use one of the other gears." It's like, "We don't have any like reverse works." He said, "Well, boys, I guess we're fucking filming in reverse. Come on, let's go." Yeah, if I ever win the lottery, I'm gonna make a Sunnyvale trailer park in Donovan just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
We won't have potheads. We'll have meth heads.
Yeah, I do that around the house. It drives my wife nuts when we're gonna have alone time. I'll be like, "All right, we're gonna get greasy,"
I like it.
Jesus Murphy.
and then when we're done, I go, "Bam!"
I may have to incorporate that last one.
It might not go over well.
No, she hasn't watched the Trailer Park Boys long enough to understand it, though.
Oh, okay.
Or in the words of my late great father-in-law, honey, I hope you got your orgasm or organism. I fucked that all up. I hope you got your organism.
Yep.
Speaking of Trailer Park Boys, I think Ricky should be pointed out as being one of the greatest actors because it's got to be hard to act so dumb and mix those words up and stuff. It's got to be hard for him to do that. Not want to try to correct it.
I listen a little bit to their podcast they've been doing since 2015, Trailer Park After Dark, and that's all just improv. And they've just been doing the characters for so long. It's just like seamless. It sounds just like you're watching the show, just like it's scripted, but they're just pulling it all out of their ass, and it just all just flows like it's really them talking.
Because it's like when he was wanted to get back with his wife, and he's like, "Well, can't we just be friends with Benedicts?" She goes, "Who are the Benedicts?" But I miss Mr. Leahy. I can't believe he died so soon.
Oh yeah.
He was just like 71.
Yeah, you could tell in
Yep.
that last season he was sick. He
didn't look good.
he was a little off. Yeah.
Yep.
And hell, he was on tour doing that with Ricky. He was on tour doing the live shows when he died. That never
he was? I didn't know that.
Never Cry Shit Whoop tour with him and Randy.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's what I want. I told my wife I wanted for Halloween this year. I want to dress up like Ricky because I got the belly. I mean, like Randy, and I want my granddaughter to dress up like Mr. Leahy. See if anybody gets it.
Well, one of me and Trav's partners in crime, who grew up around us, the one we call Baby T, he is just a dead ringer for Rob Wells, Ricky. I mean,
Okay.
they got the red hair and the facial features. I mean, he could go as a body double for him.
He even grew out lamb chops one year.
Yeah, and he's got a very similar personality too. He's dare I say he's a little brighter, but given the day, but yeah, he's I mean he can talk a lot of shit and really he can get the bullshit flowing.
Yep. We've been trying to get him to dress up with Ricky's pants and get one of them shirts for him for Halloween for years, and he won't do it.
That would be cool, though.
Which I don't understand, because that one year, remember, we got him to go blackface and got him the afro and painted him all chocolate.
Yep. Yep.
And then it turned out he was allergic to the makeup.
Oh man.
So he went
Forgot
from
about
brown to
that.
red.
And the red lasted longer.
It did. It did.
Yeah, it lasted
His
for what,
lips
2 or 3
swelled up
days?
and everything.
Oh man.
And of course, we were drinking pretty heavily, so he didn't notice it till it was too late.
Oh man, this stuff started to burn.
Oh man.
Started swelling up like a toad frog.
That's crazy.
But
Well, Cody,
yeah.
what have you been watching?
Not a hell of a lot actually. I mean, I tried to catch up on the Feast movies a little bit. I watched the first one with my oldest daughter, Sid, here last Saturday. She had never seen it, and she got a kick out of it. She's 12, so I thought, what the hell, she's old enough. And then I kind of forgot about how rapey those monsters are in it.
And the monster cock in the door.
And the monster cock in the door. Yeah, I forgot about that too. It'd been a while. Yeah, so yeah, there was a lot of close your eyes.
Yep.
But at least she was the older one. She probably could handle any slip ups where Dad messed up and she saw something. She probably
Oh
could
God, yeah,
handle it
she's my
better than
daughter.
the.
She's-
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it's
she's
just
named after the Sydney from Scream, so you know you can tell what her upbringing's been like.
it's just a damn good thing that he didn't let AJ, which is the youngest one, because she's a tape recorder. She would have went to school saying, slamming the door, monster cock in the door. Guaranteed. Because her mama's favorite word or phrase is "what the fuck." And your late father-in-law, we were at a ball game, and AJ stands up and looks, and she says, "What the fuck? There's Miss Taylor," across the gym.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Your father-in-law must have been pleased.
Oh, he was.
he was
Well,
giggling.
my wife leaned over and looked at him and said, "Did she say what I think she did?" And he looked at her and said, "I believe she did, hun, and I know where she gets that from."
Oh yeah, he had a wonderful sense of humor. He
Yes,
he
he
put up with
did.
all of us, so
True.
You know,
And didn't shoot any of us.
and didn't shoot any of us. Yeah.
that's the thing. Having all my kids are over 21 now, and I look at them and it's like, why is it kids always get our bad habits and never our good ones? It's like,
Exactly.
yeah, it's like they
Yep.
have to age in the, being a responsible adult, you have to mold on your own. But all mom and dad's bad habits, they take right away. So they
Yep.
make us look like bad parents because
Truer words were never spoken. Yes.
I swear I've tried to beat that out of them, damn it.
It's like it's in their genetics or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember AJ was always drawn to them red and white cans even when she was little bitty.
Yeah. Oh, Sid, you remember the beer fridge on the porch? I had to start putting a lock on it because she now disclaimer: my kid did not drink beer, but when I'd get home from work before for the longest time we could get was dial up out here, and even when my first kid was born, and once she got walking age, she started walking real early, just about a year old, and a lot of times if I was on the phone whenever I pulled in the driveway, I'd have to stay out on the porch or outside, or I'd lose service if I was talking to somebody. So I'm there leaning on the porch, and I hear the front door open. I'm leaning over the rail on the porch and talking, and I hear the front door open, and Sid comes out in her diaper, and I hear her walk behind me, and I hear the fridge door open. And I'm like, okay, I keep the beer on the top, on the top shelf, and I'd keep her some Capri Suns or whatever on the bottom shelf. And I turn around, I hear her go, ah, and I turn around, and she's got an unopened Budweiser turned up, and turns it and puts it down, goes, ah, and wipes her mouth, and goes to walk inside him. Give that to me. What the hell are you doing?
Been watching you, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently.
yeah.
You were talking about having beer. I just sent Poe a picture of a young child drinking a beer. If he gets it, maybe he'll put it up. It's actually me drinking a beer, and I was kind of young.
Well, Baby
So.
T's dad, we got pictures. His dad used to put beer in his bottle
Wow.
Yep.
on a regular basis. I mean, it, you know, wasn't that
Make you
great of
get
parenting.
sleepy.
Yeah, to make him sleepy. Yeah, his dad's a winner.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know the story behind the picture. It's just I'm a little young, but I don't know if someone gave it to me or if I was just slick. But it's like I just I don't even obviously I don't remember it. The photo is the only memory. Is the only reason I know I did it was because I was too little. But I don't know. It's the Schlitz. Back in the day when Schlitz
Oh
was
Lord,
popular.
that should have broke you from beer
Oh,
for life.
Schlitz malt liquor.
Yeah, that was my grandfather's beer of choice. He drank Schlitz, and the neighbor drank PBRs, but he always put Tabasco sauce in it. He
Trav, you still
wouldn't.
got that 40 of OE sitting there next to you
Actually, yes, I do. It's waiting for Baby T to come back.
in a plastic bottle.
Yep. Old English shoe polish. My God, how many years has this been sitting here now?
Well, the last time we all went to, we got it in Fort Leonard Wood up there at St. Robert when we went up to Jeff and Jennifer's four-wheeler riding. That was in 2011 was the last time we went.
Oh, wow.
So it's sufficiently aged, yes.
That's been here quite a while. Yep.
Man,
Baby T brought it. Here you go, Trav. I bought you a present. Thank you. And I set it right there. It's been sitting there ever since.
You give me one too, and I tried to drink I tried my damnedest, and we have drank.
Unopened.
Well, we used to do a thing on Saturdays. We'd all get together at my place, and we called it Rot Gut Saturdays. We got a state line liquor store just about a mile down the road, and they would often put expired beer or really cheap liquors that they were trying to clear out. They'd mark them down real cheap, and we'd go down there and find the nastiest, cheapest shit we could find, and just sit around on my porch or ride around the four wheelers on my place,
Yep.
and
And I always came
drink
down with
it
a
all
case
that
of
weekend.
Budweiser.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
ain't the worst beer I ever had, or in my opinion, the worst beer. The worst beer I have ever had, I think, was Old Milwaukee. Ugh.
Oh, I had an uncle that drank
The
them.
beast. The beast.
And you couldn't get away from him.
There I am,
Ah.
me and my first
That's
beer.
cute.
God dang it! That's what we should have done for this episode. We should have drank Milwaukee's best and called it the beast for the feast.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to thank our special
unofficial
sponsors of the Backwoods Whore, Pabst Blue Ribbon. One of the only yet.
My wife bought me a tall boy for the show, but then things changed for tonight, and me and the wife are going to have some quality time. And I have to admit it, at my age, I have to take the little blue pill, and you can't mix it with alcohol. So no beer for me.
Yep.
I'm
Kitty, come kitty!
root beer.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, did you see Budweiser's new rocket bottles?
No.
Yeah, I sent Poe the picture. I don't know if he's got it on here, but yeah, Budweiser announced their new rocket ship bottles. They have a very interesting look to them.
Let me guess, they look like cocks.
And balls.
They're really trying to get the guys back on.
Them up and they spew out the
great.
top.
I imagine they will. Hold your thumb over the top for more pressure.
Woo!
Why are you shaking your beer? I'm not. I'm practicing.
You got to mix up the barley and hops, or it's all grainy.
Oh man.
Oh.
Those guys at Budweiser, they just need to quit. They just need to give up.
I was upset enough when InBev bought out Anheuser-Busch.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I tried finding another beer back then.
Who bought them? Who bought them back then?
InBev.
Belgium. What, it's been about, 10 years ago?
No, longer than that, Cody. I wasn't even married when they done it. I was still single. It's been about 14 years ago. at least.
Really?
Yep.
Man, that's sad selling a American-born company to a European beer maker.
It's still partially owned. It was publicly traded stock, and InBev bought 52 or 53%
Yeah, they
of the
became
company's
majority
stock.
shareholders. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the Bush family's just collecting money.
Yes.
They're not really.
Yeah.
The day-to-day is run by the Belgian company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I will be right back.
I don't know if you guys realize how much shit that I get. And I go through everything Travis gave me, and I did not see that damn thing. I looked all over.
No shit. I sent it in Messenger. That's all good.
I'm sorry. I ruined your thing.
It's all good.
I still like your hat, Poe.
Yeah. We got to represent unofficial sponsor. We're going to get them. We'll get them.
One of these days.
Get you a crisp Pabst Blue Ribbon today.
Shit, if only we'd been ahead of the curve, you know.
I know. Hey,
before all this Anheuser-Busch bullshit, Bud Light bullshit, we might have been able to get them.
Yeah. Them or it's funny. I like to see the sales on them and Yingling. I really would. That would interest me.
Yingling, now that Walmart's picked them up, I guarantee is taking off. But I tell you what,
they're everywhere now.
Yeah, there are two places that I can, that I know that I can even get Pabst Blue Ribbon. Only one in Doniphan, where we live, and then one in Poplar Bluff, which is Walmart, and they're out almost all the time now, both of them.
And the neighborhood market does not carry Pabst Blue Ribbon, as I found out this weekend or last weekend. Walmart neighborhood market over there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't carry it. We were grocery shopping. I'm like, I'll just get it there. I don't have to run to Walmart. Yeah, I should have went to Walmart. But yeah, I'm sure Yingling and Pabst Blue Ribbon sales and all those have went through the roof, because there's a bunch of, I was looking at some interviews and I was talking to some my friends across the country on web a little bit, and they're like, yeah, we've had the Budweiser guys come in and just kind of look at the shelves, and one of them said the only stock he pulled out of his trailer was to rotate beer that had expired. And he's been driving the truck for 10 years and had never had to do that. So, yeah, it's hit their sales hard.
You know, I'm not saying cancel Anheuser-Busch, but, you know, that they need to know that they have upset their customer base.
Yep.
Well, here in Wisconsin, I'm sure they've been happy with their numbers, because being the drunkest state in the United States, my wife says that the gas station she runs, they have not been having a problem selling any beer. So they still sell their Buds and Bud Lights like crazy. Yeah.
The Ireland of the U.S.
Yeah, but people here, I mean, this is the state where you'll see it all the time in the paper. Oh, so-and-so got arrested for their 8th OWI. So nobody gives a shit around here.
Wait, OWI? What's an OWI?
DUI, operating while intoxicated.
Oh.
Same as DUI. They think they're fancy here, so you know, because they're up north. They think they're fancy. It's just driving drunk. It's the same thing, and people get 8, 9 of them. It's, unless you kill somebody, they don't give a shit. They just slap your wrist and send you on your way. And even if they take your license, you know, I've watched a lot of On Patrol, and I've noticed that a lot of people just don't have driver's licenses anymore. So getting a DUI isn't really going to give a no one's going to give a shit. They're going to drive anyway.
Yeah. Well, Missouri state changed its statutes to on the concealed carry bit. They changed it where you could not be in possession of a firearm, because after concealed carry come through, they had all these politicians that were getting pulled over and getting DUIs, and they had their pistols on them. Now they have changed it to where you can't brandish a firearm. And by a legal standpoint term, as long as it's in your holster and you do not have it out brandishing it around, you can have it on you and you can't
where
get
is the fun in that?
I kid you not. So it's not just being possession or have one in your vehicle anymore. It's you have to be brandishing a firearm is what they changed the Missouri statutes to. I was like, sweet.
That's how you move the goalposts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of firearms, Trav, Paul has recently got his first Heritage Rough Rider. Have you got a chance to shoot that yet?
No, I have not. but I love looking at it. I want to get a gold trigger for it, and I want to get different kind of one of the plates to put on the handles.
The
I'd like
grips,
to
Yeah,
yeah,
get
grips.
the grip. I'd
Yeah.
like to get, but I haven't had a chance to shoot it yet. Our range is so far away, and I haven't had time. But I can't wait. It's loaded. It's ready to go. I just can't
Yeah.
shoot it yet.
I got my
Yeah.
first one when I was 14, and I still have it. And it's still, I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds through it, and it's still very accurate. Uh, Now it
Yeah,
rattles like a son of a bitch.
I like
You
'em.
shoot about six shots through it, and everything's loose on it, but it's still accurate.
Yeah, I'm late.
They shoot good.
I'm late to the handgun thing. I went hunting and stuff as a kid, but when I got older, I just stayed away from them. And now that I've gotten older, my knees don't work, and my back don't work, and my hands don't work, and my dick don't work. I figure if I'm going to defend myself, I better get a gun because as long as my finger works, I'll be defended. So
There you
that's
go.
why.
Exactly.
So I got a quick question for you guys.
Shoot.
This is the first time, obviously, I've had carry concealed permit. Now that I'm carrying and it goes out in the weather, it gets moved around. How often should I clean it and oil it, and how often should I rotate the ammunition in the clip?
I like to at least wipe mine down and inspect it once a week, once every 2 weeks. And a lot of it is like I don't know what kind of holster you use, but you'll get a lot of clothing lint getting built up on it. If you use a leather holster, you'll get a little leather chips built up on it. Um, Depends on what you carry to. Depends on the time of year if it's getting sweat on it. Now, if you're doing work or something and you get sweat on it, I would clean that as soon as you can, like at the end of the day, because
Okay.
your sweat's salty and all that, and that will promote more rust. But usually just a simple wipe down, blowing the lint off of it, stuff like that. You don't have to completely tear it down and all that.
Okay.
And I don't hardly ever rotate my ammunition out, which I shoot quite a bit. Well, not near as much as I used to, but I still shoot quite a bit. Um, if you notice, like whenever you're dropping your mag out and you're ejecting the one on top starting to get some rough spots on the casing, then I
Hmm.
would rotate it out or use that next day at the range. But
Okay.
other than that, yeah, everything be all right.
All right. Yeah, I'm just using I can't take. Mine's just like it's not leather. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's made by a company
Oh,
called
nylon.
Bulldog. Yeah, nylon.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know how good of a holster that is.
Oh, they're good holsters. Yeah, they're pretty good quality.
Now, is that the Smith and Wesson 9mm
Yeah.
you just got? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I was confused and thrown off when I first got it because it doesn't have a safety. And I'm
Yep.
like, wow, it's the first gun I've seen in a long time that doesn't have
Yep.
a safety. But I was reading about it.
That.
It requires a
Yep.
lot of pressure to pull the trigger.
Yep.
So,
Well, your finger is your primary safety, really. In any, I'm a big fan of the Springfield Armory XDs, and they have a grip and the trigger safety. But other than that, they have no safety. You have to turn off. So, some of them do now. They do have a ambidextrous thumb safety on some models,
but I figured not having a safety is probably good because this is my primary self-defense weapon. And when I'm,
yep,
if something happens, God forbid something happens, but if I did have to use it, I don't want to be all nervous trying to fumble around to take my safety off.
exactly, yep.
And the only thing I promised my wife in the house I wouldn't have it chambered. So when I come home, I do eject it, put it back in the clip because with the grandkids
Yeah.
around, she's nervous. So I said, okay, when I leave the house, I'll chamber it, and I come home, I'll unchamber it.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
not a bad idea, especially if your kids haven't been raised up around firearms. See,
No, yeah,
like
they
me and
haven't.
Trav don't worry about it too much because,
Yeah.
well, just like us, I grew up on a cattle ranch, and of course, my grandfather was always packing. When he'd come in the door, he'd lean his rifle up against
Mhm.
up against the corner by the coat rack. They were just loaded weapons were always a part of life, and you just knew don't touch those.
Right. I was born. I'm a Georgia redneck, and I married a woman from Chicago. And in
So both used
Chicago,
to a lot of shooting.
well, when I was a kid, I was doing it legally. She was not. But no, she's never really liked guns growing up. But my daughter had a kid with a very bad dude, and my wife was nervous, so that was what started it. She didn't trust this guy, You know, we
Yeah.
bought security cameras, and then she's like, I want a gun. But he turned out to just be an asshole, and he didn't do anything. But I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? We're getting older, and the world's getting more fucked up. I said, so
That's for
she's
sure.
actually gonna
Yep.
go take the class to get her. See, here in Wisconsin, it's a I forgot what they said. If you ask for a permit, as long as you pass the DOG background and you take a 3-hour course, they'll give you your permit. You don't have to, like in New York, you got to wait like 12 13 months to get
Oh,
it.
wow.
Here,
See, me,
I only had to wait a week and a half to get my permit. So once the permit came, so she's going to go get it too. And we've got a small little PK 380 she's going to carry in her purse. So
That'll work. Just be sure and load it up with the good personal defense ammo when she's
yeah,
carrying.
yeah, hollow
And
points.
yep. Oh yeah. I'm a firm
yeah.
believer in precious metals.
See, me and Trav both took our concealed carry courses too because it was required in Missouri. And then, 4 or 5 years after we took them, they made it where it was legal to conceal carry in Missouri without a permit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
so y'all got the constitutional carry law there.
yes.
Okay.
But you have more rights with the concealed, like on school functions and stuff and school grounds, I can
Mhm.
carry legally.
Okay.
Where if you have constitutional carry, you can't.
Okay.
So
So if you have the permit, you've gone through classes, so they trust you
Yeah.
more than just some schmo.
yep.
I can
Yeah.
carry my gun. Okay.
Yep.
Which
Pretty
the
See,
much.
classes are kind of a joke, but
well,
Yeah.
it's
depends on
Ours
like,
where you
turned
take
into
them.
talking about hunting and fishing. But
Yeah.
well, that was the thing here in Wisconsin. You either have to take it's 3 to 4 hour course, and you only need once, or you could take the hunter safety course. But the hunter safety course is 3 8-hour classes. And I said, well, do I need a
wow.
hunter safety license? And then it's 1972. If you were born after 1972, you have to have a hunter safety course to go hunting. Well, since I was born in 71, I can go hunting. I don't need it.
Yeah, Missouri has a
There you go.
similar law.
I took the
Yep.
short one and just went to the 3 hour class and
I
took
don't
it
blame you. I would too.
because
Mine was an 8 hour class that I had to go through to get my concealed carry.
see, we have open carry in Wisconsin, but the way they made the laws, if you carry your weapon in the car and it drops below the window view, it's considered concealed. So if you want to open carry in Wisconsin, you can't drive anywhere. You have to put it in your trunk, get in your car, drive to where you want to go, and then put it on. And then most of the stores in town, they only discourage you from bringing a weapon in open. Like if you come in and if you have a carry concealed weapons permit, they don't care if you're carrying because they can't see it. They just don't want it visible. So it's just a hassle to open carry. So if you really want to carry a gun for self defense, it's not that hard to take the 3 hour class and then just pay the fee and get the
Yep.
permit. If
Oh
you
yeah.
own a gun, you're going to get the permit because you've already passed the background check once. You'll pass it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another holster you may be interested in, and I love them. I carry everywhere. I even carry at work now. I use crossbreed Super Tuck under the waistband holsters, and I love them. They're ugly. It's the most ugly, most comfortable holster you will ever wear. I'll wear it all day and forget I'm wearing it. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I've walked in several banks before. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not really supposed to be in here. You don't realize it until you pull your wallet out. I'm like, yep, okay. As long as nobody sees it, I'm fine. But
All
yeah, you'll
right.
forget you're carrying it. Very
Okay.
comfortable.
I have to look into that.
Yep. I've actually got one for every pistol I have.
That's a few.
They're a little pricey. They're about 70 to $90, but for the comfort level, they're they're it's about like a pair of work boots. You get what
Oh,
you pay
okay.
for. But you have to break them in too. They're like a pair of boots because they're made out of leather. So you have to figure out where it fits you best on your body, and then they advise you to wear it around your house, wear it at work. Even if you can't carry your gun, wear the holster to break it in. And they've got a 30-day money back guarantee.
Okay. Yeah, I wear mine around the house, and some people would be like, "It's a little overkill." But we've been having a rash of daytime break-ins. Like the other day, someone was ringing her doorbell. Some lady just was ringing her doorbell, and she kind of looked out the window, peeked, and goes, "I don't know who it is, so I'm not answering the door." She left, and then a car came back with her, and these two guys are trying to jimmy her back door open. So if
Yep.
she had just acknowledged to the girl she was home, but just told her to fuck off, they wouldn't have tried to break into her house. So
Yep.
I was like, no, I'm gonna wear it around the house because my back door. I'm going deaf, so I listen to the music and the TV real loud. If someone came in my back door, I might not hear them.
Hey,
So
you
if I see them,
what you should do, yeah, just pull out one of those Daisy competition BB guns you found in your
up in the
garage
ceiling.
ceiling, and yeah, just open the door real quick and shoot them between the eyes and bounce it off their forehead. They'll get the picture.
Yeah.
Well, if that's an old Daisy competition and he shoots him between the eyes, if it's old, he may kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like New Daisy.
I blew a fuse in the house, but well, some of the outlets stopped working. I plugged in a work light, and they just went out. And I checked my fuse, and none of the fuses had switched. So I was trying to follow around the wiring that the guy who owned the house first, and I'm going through the drop ceiling, and I find these two boxes. My daughter goes, "There's two boxes up there." So I pull them out, and they're two 1950s Daisy. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." One of them doesn't want to pump, but the other one works fine. And I'm like, "Man, I can't believe I found these old ass things up here." And then the neighbor, the woman who lived here, was an ex-school teacher. So my neighbor said, "You found them up in the ceiling?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "That makes sense. She was anti-gun, so he must have bought them for his boys. And when they would come home, he'd sneak them back up into the drop ceiling." So I was like, "So yeah, I got old 50s model Daisies up there, so they're so old. Yeah, I probably would kill him if I shot him between the eyes with that."
Oh yeah,
you shoot your eye out, kid.
That's right.
Go plumb through your skull, probably.
So, but
I guess we should probably get into a movie because we've got 3 of them to cover tonight.
Yeah.
And we've been bullshitting for what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the opener, folks.
This is what happens when people who are of the redneck persuasion get together. They usually never get to the point.
Yes, sir.
That's true.
We're good at that.
Well, you guys bullshit for another couple of minutes for me, for at least one more minute. I'm going to make a little pit stop, and then we'll get into the Feast franchise.
All right.
That will work. Yeah, you may take that one Daisy that is not wanting to work, take some penetrating oil and soak it in penetrating oil, and it may start functioning and work.
Yeah, when you go to pump it, when you bring it halfway down, it stops. It doesn't want to move anymore. So
I'd soak the hell out of it.
Soak it in what? Oil. Penetrating oil?
Yeah, some kind of penetrating oil. And then the rubber seals in it may be gone too. But say if that's a 50s model, I bet they're rebuildable.
Yeah, I didn't throw them away. I'm keeping them because
Oh shoot,
he's dead, and his kids probably don't even remember they were up there. So I bought the house. Whatever I find is mine now. So
because back then they made stuff to last and made it to be able to rebuild. It's not like the stuff now quits working, you just throw it away.
Yeah, I have to.
All right,
I have to do that.
Yeah. The Cody is back with. Oh, he went and got snacks.
No.
Oh, he's got beer.
My
okay,
beer
even
bucket.
better. Oh, I see. Classic roast beer bucket.
Oh, okay.
I've got the freezer over there in the corner, so that's what I keep
with a
mine in.
lid.
Oh, hold your ice in.
There you go.
So, anywho, we're covering the Feast movies tonight. We're going to start off with Feast, made back in 2005. Director John Gallagher. I guess that's how you pronounce his name, or Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Budget of $3 million on Project Greenlight winner. Had tons of executive producers. It include Wes Craven, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and several other people you know. Sadly, it only grossed almost $700,000. But
which is a crying shame, because I mean,
because if this would have been mass released, it would have been a freaking hit.
I'm going to blame the marketing. I really am on this.
Yeah.
Because I really think this could have been maybe like the next Scream.
Mm-hmm. And I love how this movie opens.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Well, they had great. I'm looking at the back. Yeah, they had some at the time, some decent actors. Henry Rollins was in it, and Balthazar Getty, and and Clue. His dad was in it.
Did you say Henry Rollins?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
There's going to be a lot of that on this episode. And it's not just Henry Rollins. I think we cued the phrase on last. Henry fucking Rollins. See, it's a little bit like herpes on this show. Every time he's mentioned, it comes back and you want to scratch it. And yeah, the subtitles they put in this was great. You know, it opened in the bar.
Yeah, introducing.
And,
I love the introducing the characters, and oddly enough, that seems to be people's main complaint about this film. Is
No shit.
they didn't like the title cards for the characters.
I
And
loved it.
I thought it was
Now
a wonderful touch. It showed that they didn't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah. Now in the second one, it was a little mundane, and in the third one, it was just like, come on, just get it going. But in this one, you
Yeah.
know, Eric Dane, the hero, comes in the bar, which most people would known him from McSteamy.
Yeah, from Grey's Anatomy.
Yep,
yeah.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And what was his
was the
his
hero.
part on that hero? Occupation, kicking ass. Life expectancy, pretty fucking good. And 2 seconds later, he's
He
fucking
gets
dead
his
with his
fucking
head ripped
bit
off.
Yeah.
And nobody's fucking safe in this movie. I don't give a damn if you're in a wheelchair, if you're a newborn baby, if you're old as fuck, whatever. Nobody is safe in this movie. You may think it's the star
Watching
actor
this
of the
with my
film,
oldest daughter,
and they're gone.
Yeah, exactly. She, you know, she's grew up on horror movies, and even watching this, you know, she'll say, "Oh, this is what, I bet this is going to happen to them," and I'm just over there grinning because I'm like, "We'll see." Yeah.
You cannot predict what is going to happen in this film.
But that is also it's one of it's the saving grace of this film, and also is the, to me, was like the death nail in the coffin for the sequels. I mean, it was a one-trick pony, and trying to replicate that to do it again, just it was lightning in a bottle. And I hate that's such a cliche phrase, but this really was.
Yeah. The only thing the sequels had going for it was they picked up right after each other, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Jason Mewes.
Yeah, they had
Jason Mewes
from Jay
as
Bob, yeah.
Jason Mewes, you know, that was his name.
I love that. So they had a life
occupation.
Yeah.
Actor, life expectancy already surpassed expectations.
Because this was back when he was still bad into drugs and shit, and even Kevin Smith had kind of kicked him to the curb.
That's why he probably was in this movie. It wasn't. I don't think he was. You know,
it was a job. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to work. If Tim and Kevin had still been tight, he probably wouldn't have been in it.
I don't think they put a lot of makeup in him to make him look like the grungy, you know, pool player bar type, because he was really fucking skinny in this movie and his eyes were sunk in. And I think he was really, you know, it's when he was bad into drugs when, like Cody said, Kevin kicked his ass to the curb too, you know. But yeah, then we have the heroine runs in looking for her husband, and her occupations wear tank top, tote shotgun, save day. Life expectancy, hopefully better than the last hero.
Yeah. The funny thing this movie does, though, I mean, even though it's so tongue-in-cheek, it kind of comes from left field and hits you with these characters that, you know, in a not-so-serious movie, it actually has characters with emotional weight to them, and you find yourself invested in them. And you don't really expect that, given the tone that it gives off.
And well, like you said, the characters, anybody that's hung out any amount of time in a bar can relate to all the characters in this bar, and that's how it is when you go into a bar. You know, Henry Rollins is a coach, a life coach.
Life coach, yeah.
Yeah, he's a motivational speaker. He's the poor man's Tony Robbins. Life expectancy, stay far, far fucking away. And then you got the beer delivery guy. That he's just annoying as fuck, but you can't help but love him because he brings your fucking beer.
The great Judah Freelander, yeah.
Yes. Oh, don't forget, he's a part-time host at Red Lobster.
And what did he say? Victoria's Secret model or some shit?
No, that's what he was telling everybody. He was a model for JCPenney's.
JCPenney, of course.
Yeah.
JCPenney, yeah.
And then life expectancy, losers and dorks go first. He's both. And then you got the old woman, you know, the old bar whore. You know, they called her grandma. Fun fact: Blue Mick Jagger recently. Life expectancy already looks dead.
Might already be dead, yeah.
Yeah. This movie's just so much damn fun. You know, it's the best one out of the trilogy, of course.
Oh, by far, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and then after the heroine comes in, you know, she gets them to board up the windows and all that. And that's when we get the first taste of the baby monster. You know, he runs in, and of course, you know, we skipped a bunch of the intros on him. You know, the what was the one woman's name?
The
Harley
biker
Mom.
chick. Yeah, Harley
Yep,
Mom.
Harley Mom.
And that is actually John Gallagher's sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and the fucking baby just lacerates her off at the knee.
Yeah, just runs by her and just flops
Mhm.
her right off, and you think she's dead. You see her tie her handkerchief around her leg, but you think she's dead. But
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we're
she-
forgetting the most important character, Trav.
The bartender?
John Gallagher's dad.
Yes.
Clue.
Clue Gallagher, the
Yep,
late
Clue
great
Gallagher,
Clue-
bartender.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he just passed away last year, didn't he? He was like 98, 99 years old.
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, but
I think it was 2 years
and he was
ago,
active
yeah.
acting till then. He'd been acting since the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him in a lot of westerns growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
During the back when we had a channel that was on the UHF band. No one knows what that is anymore, but
Yep.
we had them high number channels. He was in a lot of those westerns. Clue was.
Yeah.
I liked him. He was a good actor. The only thing he did that I wasn't a big fan of was when he was it Nightmare on Elm Street? Was it 2 where he played the dude's dad? The Scream Queen dude in Freddy's.
Yeah, he
Freddy's,
played
yeah,
the dad
he played,
on Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's
Yeah,
Revenge. Yeah,
that's the
Holy
only.
shit, that was him.
that was
I
him.
didn't
The
realize that.
exploding parakeet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only role I think he ever got that was a dud. But I don't think it was him. I think it was whoever wrote the sequel.
I love that character in there, though. I mean, damn kids probably sticking cherry bombs up that bird's ass or some shit like that.
It just I wish I could. I think maybe it wasn't a bad role per se. I just wish I could have seen him more. He wasn't. He didn't have a. I didn't feel he had a big enough role for who he was. He should have had a big role. He should have been a police officer or something. I just think anybody could have played that dad role. It wasn't made for him. He just happened to get it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, his synopsis is pretty good. You know, the bartender. Fun fact: shot 4 times, stabbed 6. Life expectancy: horrifying death in 30 minutes. And he makes it through all 3 fucking movies. That's what I said. You can't tell anything.
Even though spoilers, even though you think he dies in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I wish when 2 came out, I was like, wait a minute, he's not dead because I thought he was.
Now, I think I hate to skip ahead so far, but I think that this was a misstep by John Gallagher. As much as I love Clue and how great he was as the bartender in this, I think if they were going to bring back anybody, they should have brought back Henry fucking Rollins.
His character wasn't that strong in this film, though.
I really liked his character, but it would.
It was a good piece. You know, it was perfect for the film, but have you ever seen a motivational speaker that survived when shit hit the fan?
No, well, and this movie exactly. This movie it ignores all the norms and tropes. So, and
True.
how funny would have it been because they use him as a battering ram. The monster uses him as a battering ram to get in the.
I forgot about that.
Clue
Yeah.
Gallagher, Clue gets his throat ripped out. He's dead. I mean, in this movie, he is dead. He has a heart attack, then he gets his throat ripped out. He's dead, and then the next movie, he just got a bandage wrapped.
Oh no,
tight
he
around
holds
his
it.
throat.
He holds them all through the whole movie. You know.
Yeah, and
Tough old bird.
how much better would it have been if it would have been Henry Rollins in the next one? He's got his head all bandaged up and like wrapped up like the mummy, and for where they used him as a battering ram. I mean, for a franchise that doesn't take itself seriously, that would have been great. And Henry Rollins, he could have pulled it off.
Or even better, Henry Rollins survived, and the old man woke up the next morning after all it was done, and he whooped his ass and took his pink sweatpants away from him. He used that for his bandage for his neck.
Okay, you win. I'm on board.
Yeah, but that little fucking monster was hilarious. You know, they're all trying to kill this fucking thing that's running around the bar, and the only chance they get to fucking shoot it when it sees the elk head on the wall, and it's humping this elk head on the wall. And the old man goes to shoot it. I can't remember if he shoots it. No, he shoots and misses it, knocks it off. But
Well, he goes to shoot it, and he hits Jason Mewes.
No, he doesn't hit Jason Mewes.
Yeah. Jason Mewes gets his face ripped off by it, and he's running around screaming, and the bartender goes to shoot it, and he kills Jason Mewes.
No. Jason Mewes hits him, and he falls back, and that's when he shoots upstairs. Remember? Because the bar owner's up there screwing the worker, and he hits him in the foot, if I remember right, ain't it?
Yeah,
he shoots Jason Mewes, but then he gets knocked back and hits. I don't remember how he gets knocked back though, but he did shoot and kill Jason Mewes.
Did he?
Yeah, because the monster runs by him and rips his face off, and he's running around screaming. And as the monster's running around, he's trying to shoot it, and he hits Jason Mewes.
I remember that because the monster runs by and rips his face off, and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's just, I mean, he wasn't acting in this movie at all. It's like he was high as fuck. They put the makeup on him when he was asleep, and he woke up.
Yeah, but yeah, shoots the guy, the owner of the bar, which arguably the owner of the bar is like the only really. After you get to know all the characters, he's the only really unlikable character.
Yeah. You know who he reminds me of? Every time he reminds me of Vinnie Paul, the drummer from Pantera.
Yeah,
every time I see this movie,
like
I think of Vinnie Paul every time, you know. Oh yeah, he's a dick in this movie, you know.
Yeah, completely unredeemable.
You know, and then the mom that he was banging has her kid up there when all this
goes
down. She
shoves
him in the
Cody.
closet. Yeah. Cody with the small head, so people don't get confused.
Yeah.
And they shove him in the closet and tells him not to come out no matter what, you know. And then they go down, they shoot, the little guy gets knocked in the freezer, and then Vinnie Paul uses his .45 long Colt and shoots up the freezer and finishes him off.
No, it doesn't finish him off though, because remember it reaches out and grabs him and.
Oh, that's right.
On the leg, and the mom grabs the bartender's shotgun and
that's right.
Fucking unloads both barrels into him and kills it.
Yep.
And that's when Henry fucking Rollins gets the bright idea. Well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We have to show them we're a superior race. So he puts this.
Don't they go upstairs first to get her kid?
I think so.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
They do, and he's safe, thank goodness, because the window's busted out or some shit, or opened it up. The kid comes around, she's got a hold of him, and you're like, of course, the kid's not going to get killed. And about that time, when the monster lunges through the window, grabs the kid, and just fucking swallows it whole, and then pukes the kid's remnants out all over, and a bunch of bile and nasty maggots and shit all out over Judah Freelander.
Oh, no. It gets the kid, but they start to attack it. Remember, it bites the kid and throws the kid's blood all over his mom.
Yeah.
You know, just freaking basically rips his head off and is on its way out. And well, they go to try to attack it and get it. And these things do the projectile vomit like a freaking buzzard does.
Yeah.
As a defense. Yeah, so it shoots the stream, like you were saying, all over the beer delivery guy. A little over the top. You know, it was at least, almost 60 seconds of
vomit, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was like it come out of a fire hose too.
even by it's gone so long, you know that couldn't have been scripted. Even Judah Freelander, the beer delivery guy, he's like, "Oh come on, man, seriously?" Because they just keep going. Because you know these special effects guys are standing back there and they're just fucking eating this shit up watching it.
Oh yeah,
watching him squirm and. So like, crank it on him another 30 seconds. What the hell?
Yeah, and you know, for the budget this movie had, I thought the freaking special effects were awesome.
Yeah.
That's why these are the kind of movies where I like most of it was practical. I don't know if there was any
Yeah.
CGI special effects. There might have been, but most of it was
Nothing in the first
practical.
one. Everything
Okay.
was practical on the first one.
And
Even the monster cock in the door.
It's as much as I'm one of those kind of guys who say I would rather look at it and go, okay, yeah, I can tell it's not real, but it looks so good because it's a practical effect. I prefer those over. Yeah, when I go watch a space movie, of course I want CGI. I don't want to see strings and all that stuff. But when it comes to horror movies and even an action movie, I'd rather see practical effects than CGI.
I don't mind
Excuse me, same
CGI
here.
if it's used to improve practical effects. You know,
Yes.
if it's just like overlaying touch up on practical effects to make practical effects look better.
But like, I get annoyed watching some of these cheesy, like the movies that Asylum and them makes, and every gunshot you can tell it's all CGI blood when they're getting shot.
Yep.
The muzzle flares all CGI. It's like, come on, you could at least do, practical, make it look like you really fired the gun, and those kind of things.
Load it up.
Yeah.
Loaded up with flash blanks at least, so the muzzle blast is actually something coming out of it,
But I don't like CGI blood when it just doesn't look. It just I don't know. It's just me. I know other people.
Hey,
are
yeah, just like Alec
it
Baldwin,
looks like video game blood.
He still uses blanks, right?
Occasionally. Only when he's not having to take out pedophilia or people that's going to expose pedophilia.
Yeah, there you go. You hear that prick got he got the charges dropped on him for the Rust shooting?
Yep. I knew he would. Well,
money.
Of course, he's part of the Hollywood elite.
Yep.
Yeah, you got money, you can get out of anything.
That big pedo ring up there. But
yeah,
where were we at? I done lost track where we were.
Cody got 8.
Yep.
It could. Oh yeah. Then the beer delivery guy. Then they go back downstairs. Or no, is this where Monster Cock gets in the door? Or is that on the next scene? I can't
That's
remember.
later on. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, when they're trying to call for help. Oh, that's right. The phone got shot. That's when Jay Muse got shot. When they shot, they took out the phone and Jay Muse. Remember the payphone? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were trying to get cell phone service and all that. And the bar owner's like, "Oh, don't worry, y'all. I got a 2-way radio up in the closet in my room." And that's when they go up there, and then they get attacked by the monster, and they shut.
Wait, no, it was out in the
door.
shed, wasn't it?
No, it's upstairs in his room. He's got like in behind his closet. There's like there's that panel that moves.
Yeah.
And then the monster comes through a vent or something. Anyway, this is like the world's largest bar too. If you haven't noticed, the bar's a little bitty downstairs, but the upstairs is like a mansion. As big as it is, and it's got all these secret doors and all this shit. But anyway. And then that monster chases, what was his name? Oh, yeah, Bozo. We didn't go over him. Yeah, he's just fucking Bozo. We don't need to go over him. And the monster runs up there, and somehow the monster must have been horny because he was lunging at him with his dick is the only thing I can figure, and they shut his fucking cock and balls in the fucking door. and somehow they wind up kicking it downstairs.
Yeah, Hero
and the
number
bartender's
2,
line.
The dick chops it off, and it goes bouncing around, and it gets kicked down the stairs, yeah.
Yeah. And then their next attempt, when they're going to go get the truck, and they throw Henry Rollins the keys.
Yeah, and it lands in the it lands in the goo coming out of the monster cock.
Oh, our producer's not doing his job. We said Henry fucking Rawlings.
You did say.
'Cause I'm a liar.
All right, there we go. We caught him napping there for a second, didn't we?
No, you didn't say Henry
fucking Rollins.
Gotcha. So he reaches down and picks up the keys, and it's like in a mass of fucking dick and ball goo and monster
Monster
cum.
jizz, yeah.
It's almost like when you pick it up, you can see shit swimming off of it and falling. The special effects were freaking awesome on that. It made me cringe a little bit when he picked him up. I'm like, that's fucking nasty.
Yeah. Definitely a gross out movie. And you can't tell me that Adam Green didn't take a lot of cues from this for a couple years later for Hatchet, because the similar humor and gross out factor for it, and all practical effects.
Yeah. Keep on talking, guys. I'll be right back. I got to get a refill. I can hear you.
I love. I'm one of those. I do love over the top. It sometimes it's if the movie's not taking it seriously and that you could tell they just want to have fun. I don't mind over the top. Like for instance, Evil Dead 2. I mean, I think when he made that movie, he wasn't trying to be serious, and
No.
everything's like over the top and crazy. But I like it. It worked and it was entertaining. And I know a lot of people don't like over the top, and that's probably what kills some of the movies. But I prefer. I like having over the top, goofy movies here and there. Not every movie has to take itself seriously. It's always good to have craziness and wackadoo stuff.
Well, I agree. If over the top is done right, it is great.
But it has to be that's a thing that's so hard about doing over the top.
There's a fine line.
Or like that. Yeah. It has to be consistent. It's just like horror comedy. It's like the hardest genre to do, because it's so hard to keep that balance throughout the entire film.
It's like that's the thing about like when I watch certain Japanese movies. There's a lot of Japanese movies that go over the top like really well. Like they'll slit their neck open, but they'll spray so much blood everywhere. It's like okay, and they get that from their animated stuff where it's like over the top. Like there's no way you're going to spray that much blood everywhere. But in their movies it works. I think a lot of American filmmakers, tried to tap into that, and most of them failed because you were saying over the top. You remember
when Ronnie Yu, the Japanese director Ronnie Yu, did Freddy versus Jason? There was a lot of that in there, just squirting like 30-foot blood sprays and stuff, and it was a little misplaced in there, but given the material, I was on board for it. But
see, that's like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's sort of like RoboCop. RoboCop's violence was way over the top, but it worked. It worked, and it worked perfectly. That's why the second RoboCop movie, the reboot, sucked because they tried to PG-13 it and keep it tame.
Yeah, if you get the unrated version, I had never seen the unrated version until I picked it up. I forgot where, in like a $4 or $5 bin somewhere, and it's a RoboCop unrated, and I'm like, what? Unrated RoboCop, what? And I brought it home, and I'm like, holy shit, this is gory as shit. I had never seen it.
Yep.
And it made me love it even more because I loved it when I was little.
Any movie where you melt Red Foreman in acid.
It wasn't Red, was it? Red.
It was Red.
Yeah, that's Red Foreman.
Oh, I thought it was the other guy who was.
No. You're right. No, it's not Red, Cody.
It is Red. Go back and watch it.
No, it's not.
It's
the
bald
guy
guy
that kind of looks like Red.
Yeah.
No, it is Red Foreman.
Nope. He's got the lamb chops because Red Foreman's the last guy that he kills down in the water.
I am. Do I have to pull up the clip because
pull up the clip?
Red Foreman fights RoboCop.
Cody, I will bet you a suitcase of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Red gets stabbed in the neck at the end and does the.
Yeah. You know what? No. They made a bet, so let me pull the clip up. I'll pull the clip up. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, because the melting guy who gets hit by the car, he was in. I don't know if you've seen him. He was in ER for a couple seasons playing a doctor. But Paul something's his name. He directs TV shows now, but I can't remember his name. But
he looks kind of like Red, except he had lamb chops.
Yep.
And he was the biker guy, like had the leather coat. Had leather coat in it and was the real dick.
Okay.
And because Red, remember, he's pinned in the water. in the water, and then RoboCop goes up there and he just whack
I am
and
totally
takes him out.
solid in the knowledge that Cody is gonna owe Travis beer. That's how.
Oh
I
no.
like this.
Yes.
Pabst
Yes.
Blue Ribbon, a
Pabst Blue
suitcase.
Ribbon.
Suitcase.
Small suitcase.
Changing the
But
moving the goalposts there, Cody.
We're talking
Speaking
like
of
we're talking like a
Poe's
carry-on luggage.
why Poe's looking at that. Speaking of, oh wait, Poe's back.
I got it. Let's see this. Let's see. Let's get this Peps contest underway here. Let's see. Oh, let me add it to the stream, dumbass. Now I feel like, all right, here he is. All right, so we're watching how he dies. Oh no, he shot her.
Bye bye, baby.
Bye bye, baby. Oh shit.
Here comes the hero. You can
Why
tell
is
by
he
the
chewing
music.
gum?
He always does in this movie through the whole fucking
I
thing.
know. It's supposed to like
Even when he blew RoboCop's, or before he was RoboCop, even before he blew his arm off, he was chewing gum.
Okay. I give up. I'm
Oh,
not arresting you anymore. Hey, now wait a second. Wait a minute. Thinking it's kind of personal, aren't they?
he killed him and his.
Murder, you're making me nervous.
It is
I can't do this. Come on now. Don't mess around. Hey, hey. Come on, man. Now don't get killed.
How long is this scene? Hold on, that scene's way too long. It is. It's like I don't want to watch the whole fucking movie. There he is. Oh,
Sayonara, RoboCop.
oh no!
Right there. Whack.
Should I rewind that so you see it?
No, I saw it.
Because he got stabbed in the motherfucking neck, son.
Right, damn it! Right before he was about to put a foot in RoboCop's ass.
I know.
But speaking of over the top, I love the heart. Remember Harley Mom, her decoy? They set her up with the explosives.
Yeah, and then she's
So-
not dead. Yeah.
Honey Pie, yeah, she's not dead. And when they let him take her, the other baby monster goes out there and face fucks her.
Yeah, before they be like, what a way to go, huh?
Well, wait a minute. And when he's done, he jumps off and she like blows splooge out of her mouth for like at least 30 seconds. Oh, it's like, how much cum can a little baby monster have? That's a little over the top, don't you think?
They didn't know if there was
And
going to be a sequel. They had to use everything the budget bought. They just had to use it. We can't have any leftovers.
Yeah.
We got to use it all.
Like, we got a gallon and a half left of baby nut
And you
splooge.
know,
Sorry,
John
Harley
Gallagher
Mom.
must have not got along with his sister-in-law at all. So he, whatever he told her, hey, I finally got my big break. I got a part in the movie for you. You want it?
He might have added something to the splooge on that too, if they didn't have a good relationship. But and Honey Pie, we didn't even mention her. You know, she's one of them
we're
that makes
definitely
it through
glossing
all of
over
them.
that. This poor chick, well, you think poor chick, because she
The
seems like a
classic
sweetheart.
The classic dumb blonde in a bar.
Yeah,
Seems like
Henry
it's too
Rollins is
sweet to be
cheating on
there.
her, and then when he goes to pay for their drinks, his wedding ring falls out of his wallet.
Yeah. He's giving this, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm so lonely on the road and all that. And gives her this big line, yeah. And then she's
Yeah.
like, you bastard.
And when McSteamy
then-
gets killed, she just fucking gets right off, gets fucking coated
Oh, yeah.
with blood.
Oh, then when she goes in the back room and Bozo and his little brother in the wheelchair, we forgot all about the wheelchair guy.
Yeah.
Sitting there and she's wiping herself down. She takes her shirt off. She's just in a bra and her panties and she's wiping all the blood off of her boobs. And rather large ones too. Cleaning up, and she looks up and she's like, will you guys act like you've had some? And Bozo's like, "Oh baby, I've had some. I've had a lot." And the wheelchair guy's like, I haven't. And then when she gets Harley Mom's 45, 1911 45, and then she gets, it looked like a freaking 44 mag shell, and she's trying to load it in the 45. She's like sitting there putting it in the barrel, trying to push it through the back of the gun, has no clue how this works at all. Oh yeah, then and then shit is about to hit the fan, and the old woman just gets up and goes and gets in the freezer. She's probably the smartest one out of them
she's
all.
through all the monsters, like when the baby monster's in there and the monsters are trying to bust through the walls. She's just sitting at the bar drinking. She gives zero
Yeah.
fucks.
Oh well. When McSteamy gets his head ripped off and they push his body back in the bar, she remember that's the first shot of her, and she looks down. She's like, huh? Yeah. She finishes her beer and looks at the bartender for more.
God, I hope I live long enough to get to that point in life.
And you think she's going to be the last survivor, and then she finally comes out of the cooler looking around, and what's the first thing she does?
Scene, yeah.
She goes for more alcohol, and there's one fucking monster still in there. It takes her out. And I really thought she was going to be in the sequel, but she wasn't. And Bozo and the mom, or the ex-mother, survive. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. They had the ex-mother. It was Heroine 2 after her son died. They gave her, Heroine 2. Childless mother. Fun fact, dealing with the loss fairly well. Life expectancy, let's all hope for the best this time. And that was after the original heroine died. Oh, we forgot Bozo shot the heroine.
Yeah,
remember on the decoy.
Glossing over that. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Which is, toward this point is, you really start, I really started to get a little bit of more sympathy for Bozo. Because, whenever he finds out that Harley Mom, when they're going to use her supposedly dead body as bait to blow up these monsters, and whenever he finds out that she's alive still,
he's going to pull her back.
Yeah, he's,
But Vinnie Paul's like, fuck you. We got a show to do. Kick her ass out.
They actually get in a fight over it. And after he, the monster pull her out there and do the face raping thing, and he has to plug it in before the extension cord gets ripped out of the wall.
Yeah,
and blow her up, and then he sees a shadow coming through the curtains, and he's got the revolver, the boss man's revolver, and he just thinking it's a monster, just shoots, and it's hero number 2.
Yeah, heroine number 1.
Yeah, heroine number 1. Yeah, he tries to save her even, and he actually grabs her necklace as she falls out of the building.
Yep.
So as you see, he may be all talk, but he's not necessarily a bad guy, unlike the bar owner.
Yeah. Oh, no. But, and the ex-mom turned out to be the biggest badass of them all. Because she kills one of the full-grown fucking monsters pretty well, bare fucking handed. I forgot what she grabbed and beat it to death.
The butt of the shotgun, I think it was, because she ran out of shells, so she just...
That's right.
They're holding it down with a table, her and Bozo and the bartender. Yeah, and so she just turns this sumbitch up and starts bashing its teeth out with the butt of the shotgun, and then sticks her arm down, fucking shoulder deep down this fucker's throat after she bashes all its teeth out, and fucking chokes it to death on her arm, and then rips out its heart or something. I don't know. Whatever she could get a hold of. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't its heart, because we find out in the second one their heart's in their ass. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's some vital organ. Maybe it's a gullet. Maybe it's like a fucking chicken and it's got a gullet in there, But, or a gizzard, I guess I should say.
But yeah, that was definitely a fist bump moment. And the bartender has a heart attack and then gets his throat ripped out while he's having a heart attack.
And then the heroine number 2 and Bozo run out and get in his Camaro and start to drive off in the sunset, and the son-of-a-bitch dies.
And, yeah, they had time for one more horror movie trope. It's like this was just like they're tipping their hat on their way out.
Yep. Come on,
and
start this son of a
he's cranking
bitch.
on it, won't start. She goes to get out. I'm like, oh shit, it's not over. And then it starts back up, and they're like, oh fuck. She's like, oh fuck, and they get back in and drive off.
And then all of us that grew up with the carbureted lifestyle was like, yeah, that shit right there really fucking happens.
It
He didn't let that
happens,
motherfucker warm. He didn't let it warm up enough before he took
Yeah.
off. And he was full fucking throttle when it died, so he flooded the fuck out of it when it died. But yeah, Code, what would you rate this movie at?
Just for its originality and the great practical effects. Wow.
Now remember, we're rating in PBRs and lower's better.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I've got to give it 2.5 PBRs.
I've got to give it 1.5.
Wow.
I don't sober, drunk, whatever. If people, well, this is kind of a bridging horror movie too. If somebody's not into horror, they can watch this movie and get into it and enjoy it.
See, I don't know
You
about
know?
that. I don't know about that because I mean, it's got some serious gross out moments in it with the gore.
Well, it
And
does,
I
but
don't know if the general audience,
my wife's not that
casual,
big
just a
into
casual
horror.
horror fan, would be into it.
My wife's not that big into horror, and she likes this one. It's got the right character development in it, and I don't know, it's just got something that grabs you and keeps you interested through the whole thing. So I
Very
have to
good.
give it a 1.5.
What do you got, Paul?
I have to agree. I'm going to give it a 1, and I will say it's a bridging one
Wow.
because it kind of reminds me of my wife hates horror movies. She hates them. And this one she found funny. And what got
Yep.
her, the first horror movie she ever watched, and it threw me off because I was watching it and she loved it. Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
So this reminds
Yep.
me of Tucker and Dale. It has the humor. So that's why she liked this than Tucker and Dale, because it was funny. They had so much humor interlaced in there that it kept her attention. Straight up horror, she can't stand it. So I'd have to give it a 1 because I feel he's right. It's got cross appeal. If people would give it
Yes.
a chance, that's my
Yep.
That's my problem with the movie. I don't know why it failed. I don't know why it did so badly. It's a damn good movie.
Had to be marketing because I didn't hear anything about it till it dropped on movie channels. That
DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I didn't know until I saw it. I saw it in the $9.99 section at Walmart, and I'm like, "What is this?" And then because it had Wes Craven, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Chris Moore's name across the top, you're like, "Well, it can't be bad." So that's why I bought it, because of their names and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know why it failed. I mean, I know why the next two did, but I felt this movie, as much as they weren't trying to take themselves seriously, I feel they were still trying to make a serious movie. Where the next two, they were like, well, the first one failed. I want to finish the story. Let's just do whatever. But I felt,
and we'll get into that too. I'm looking forward to that.
but I felt he really put his heart and soul into the first one. I mean, like I said, I think 2 and 3 were more of him telling Hollywood or whatever just to fuck off, because I feel like he really did, as much as it went over the top and it wasn't taking itself seriously. I think John was taking it seriously. I think, he's like, this is my chance. And like I said, I feel bad for him that it failed the way it did, when I feel it should, it's not some blockbuster, horror movie, but it should have still been, it still should have made millions and millions of dollars.
It must have done really well on the movie channels and on its DVD release, because there's no way they would have backed the funding for 2 additional sequels being shot back to back if it wasn't successful financially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it had to
I
be
agree with that,
successful, but I'm sure Feast 2 and 3 were produced. Matt Damon and Craven and all them weren't involved. It was probably Vito and it was Vito and
Dimension
his buddy
Extreme,
Slavic.
the good old
Dimension
Weinstein.
Extreme picked
So
him up.
it would. Feast 2 and Feast 3 are the kind of movies, as much as I enjoyed them, but when I watch them, I'm like, whose money are they laundering to make these movies?
Yeah.
Like, it was
I
just to
feel,
launder money.
Feast 1, the production value was there, special effects, everything. I mean, character development, everything was there for this. If they would have done a big theatrical release, repped this better, made commercials about it, it would have been a summer blockbuster.
I think
it
so.
would have been one of the big movies out there, but they just did not
Nope.
release it
And-
right.
And if they had done that, two and 3 would have been totally different movies. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Oh
For
yeah,
one, they
I
wouldn't have
guarantee
been
you
direct
that.
to DVD.
Right.
Well, and Feast 2 and Feast 3, especially Feast 2, you can just tell it's on a movie set. You know,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're watching the whole thing,
Oh,
it's on a movie
definitely.
set.
Well, I don't know the budget. Do you have the budget on those, Trav? But it had to
Yep,
be
2
lower.
million. 2 million.
For both of them?
Nope, for 2 is 2 million. I don't
So
know
the same
on 3.
budget as the first one. But they tried to
Mhm.
get more ambitious with this one and do more outdoor
But
settings.
I
See, the
will
first
give
one was
them
more
though,
like an home invasion movie almost.
they had at least 3 monster costumes on 2, and you get to see the monsters better. You know, one that was a little bit of the mystique too. You knew they used animal carcasses and stuff like that, more them kind of like hunters do. But this one, the monsters were just running around naked. You know,
Yeah.
you saw a lot more monster cock and balls in this one and Feast
Yes.
2, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we just need to go ahead and jump into Feast 2.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Feast
you guys
2,
go ahead and start on it because
all
I
right.
gotta take another pit stop.
I'll do the announcements. Feast 2, Sloppy Seconds, 2008 film. God damn, the beer's kicking in now. I'm starting to slur a bit. Mostly the same damn cast, except for the ones that were eating and shit out. Budget $2 million, estimated budget. Director John Gulager again, and you know this story. It starts off with the biker queen, which we find out is Harley Mom's sister, going to the bar looking for her sister. She finds a crispy hand with the half of a sister tat on it, which she puts up to hers. And that is the start of Feast 2.
Now,
Right there's the code.
isn't Harley Mom's sister in Feast 2? Isn't that John's wife, his real life wife or something?
No, it's his sister-in-law, I believe.
Sister-in-law.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. The one in Feast 2.
Yeah, well, Feast 1 and 2.
Okay, okay.
The biker queen is the same actor as the Harley Mom.
Okay, so it's the sister-in-law. Okay.
Yeah. But in this one, she's playing the biker queen, or which one is it? Yeah. Okay, in this one, she's playing Harley Mom's sister, which is called the
Okay.
biker queen.
Okay, so she's playing it, same actress, different character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
that's
she's
where I got
walking.
confused.
She kind of looks around the bar and she's walking. And I think there's a trailer that the bartender was under, or a piece of rubble, and he reaches out and grabs her leg, still holding his neck. The bartender's not dead. But
And
did
Clue
you notice?
looks to have gained he looks to have gained like 50, 60 pounds since
Under
I
that
was
rubble.
just
the night
gonna,
before. Yeah, he's been eating
well,
that rubble, I guess.
Yeah.
I've got that in my notes. Overnight, it appears the bartender gained about 50 pounds.
Maybe he was just
After-
swollen from all the
After
rubble.
after almost bleeding out, is the first person I've seen that gains weight when they almost bleed out.
Maybe it was infection. He was just
Yeah,
swelling up.
yeah.
Well, maybe he had a kidney wound, and you know he needed to be on dialysis. He's starting to swell. But
What was the time difference between? Because I think Feast 2 and 3 were filmed back to back or something like that. What was the difference between Feast and Feast 2? Do you know?
I want to say it was 2010.
Wait a minute. Feast. Hold on. I got it in my notes. Feast is 2005. Feast 2 is 2008.
Okay, so it was still wide enough
3
gap
years.
for his.
Yeah.
3
So it's
years.
still wide enough
Yeah.
gap for his dad to gain weight. So okay, but 2
Yeah,
and 3
a lot.
were back to back though, weren't they? Were back to back,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
He must have been able to afford a lot of little Debbies after his role as the bartender, is all I got to say there. But poor feller. But still did a good job. You know, he's one of the best actors in it, really. He stays true to character in all 3 of them.
Besides Clue, the only other actor in 2 that I really enjoyed was the little dude. I thought,
yeah.
yeah, he was my favorite
Well,
outside of Clue.
I did like the girls. You know, they weren't worth the shit as acting, but the titties
Okay,
were pretty.
they were nice. Oh, they were definitely nice to look at.
Hmm. Well, the biker queen does a does a pretty decent job because looking at both the films, I can tell the difference between the biker queen and Harley Mom. Even though Harley Mom was a very short role in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
um, I thought she done a good job. But yeah, she takes poor old the poor bartender, and he's like, "Who did this?" Showing her his dead sister's charcoal hands. That's fucking Bozo. He did that. Where the fuck's he at? If his Camaro is not here, he's not here. Where the fuck? I know where he lives. He's in the town down the road. She just doesn't go down the road. She ties the poor bastard that's still trying to hold on to his neck, trying not to bleed out, to the fucking bitch bar of her motorcycle and drags his ass across the country. Those were some. She's fucking on her hog running down the road, and he's riding bitch backwards,
Yep.
tied to this motherfucker. Then they get to the town, and she rallies her troops, and they meet her there. And they pull up to this town, and fucking everything's on fire. Shit's burning. There's not really any bodies laying out in the road. There are pieces of bodies laying around.
Well,
And they
that's when
get
you
off to investigate, and they leave the poor fucking bartender tied to the fucking bike. He can't do nothing. He's like, "You stupid bitches. We're all going to fucking die. At least untie me." And they're like, "Ah, fuck you." And they just go
yeah,
walking down
yeah.
the road.
But that's when you really start to realize the scope of this. It's not just like the first one was very contained, just with the bar. It
Yeah.
was basically, like you're saying, a home invasion almost type of movie. And
Yes.
this, you're like, oh, this is much bigger.
Uh, I did watch the behind the scenes. I don't remember if it was. I think it's on the second one. Uh, and the storyline that you don't get in any of the movies unless you watch behind the scenes is the feast monsters were actually made by the government as a weapon, and they got free, and they bred, and that's where they started taking over and
Yeah.
spreading like a plague, which was kind of interesting. They kind of did it a little better on film than what I could explain right now, but
Yeah, it's to me the sequels just go way off in left
yeah,
field.
there is some pretty nasty Well, there's only one CGI one where the fucking car. I don't even know where the fucking car come from. The car's like flying through the fucking air, and then lands out there, and then shit starts hitting the fan when all the girls are running around when they're investigating the town.
Yeah, and what you were saying earlier about Feast, the first Feast being really John Gallagher taking it really seriously, and it, you know, being his big shot. Actually, I don't remember if it was Matt Damon or Ben Affleck. I saw the interview with talking about it, but they said actually the producers, they really had to rein him in for Feast. They didn't let him do a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
he wanted to do because they didn't think it would be marketable. And
Hmm.
for the two sequels, they pretty much, since they were going straight to DVD, they pretty much just said, the only way he'd agree to do it is if they gave him free reign to do whatever he wants. And they say
Yeah.
that's why they don't the sequels weren't near as popular as the original,
Yeah.
because it was John Gallagher just completely going over the top and doing whatever he wanted to do.
Hmm.
He didn't have
And
anybody there to rein him in.
yeah, and there's a lot of characters that you're really, why the fuck were they there in this one too? Like the two
Yeah.
car salesmen and his adulterous wife, and a lot of it reminded me, in the beginning of it, before they all get stuck on the fucking roof, it reminded me of a Scooby Doo episode. They're kind of running over here. Oh, the monsters come this way, and they're running back over here. Then the monsters are behind them, and they're just,
Somebody needs to edit in the Scooby Doo "Where Are You" theme with
exactly.
to that to them running around.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this film is worth watching. I mean, it's not completely horrible, but when you compare it to the first one, it stands far, far away from its shadow.
Yeah. But that being said, I mean, it's got a lot of great special effects, a lot of great
Yeah.
gross out moments in it.
You
The
get to
dude
see the
that gets the
monsters
pipe
up
in his
close and
head.
personal.
The dude
Yeah.
that gets the pipe in his head, and you think he's fucking dead then, and he's walking around with this big pipe stuck in his forehead, in his brain, for the majority of the movie, right up till the end.
Which is really fitting because I do feel like there's a lot of used car salesmen out there. You could shoot them in the head and blow half of their head off, and they would still follow you around trying to sell you a car you don't want. So they don't need all this brain matter up there.
No.
But you're forgetting though, before he gets the pipe in the head. You know, at first you're kind of on the fence for this guy. You're kind of thinking he's a decent guy. She's married to this other car salesman who's a black guy, and he's full of himself, and he calls himself Slasher because he slashes prices. He's got all these stupid car salesmen, and he treats her like shit. And then this other guy works for him, and he's a decent guy. He's a balding middle-aged guy, and you're kind of feeling for him. And then he goes and there's a baby crying, and he does this Indiana Jones thing where he rips, I don't remember, was it a highline wire or something? Anyway, he grabs a rope and fucking goes flying down the street, lands halfway, and he's way too fucking old because we all know if you hit the fucking earth that hard, we don't bounce up and laugh it off like we used to. We hit the fucking ground and we stick to it, and we lay there and kind of wiggle and make funny noises for a little bit before we get up anymore. Anyway, he bounces up and runs. Yeah. He jumps up and runs to this baby that's crying, gets a hold of this baby, then the monsters get after him. We're like, oh my God, you're thinking this guy's the fucking hero of the movie. He is fucking, he's going to be the savior. He's going to, he's a used car salesman. He ain't got no hair on top, but by God, he's going to fucking do it. And he's running, he's running, and he's running. They're trying to shoot the monsters behind him. All of a sudden, he looks at this baby and says, I'm sorry, and throws him over his head. And what's bad is the baby is flying through the fucking air. And you're expecting the monsters to catch it. No. The monsters stop and watch it. And the poor little fucker hits the ground and starts bleeding out. He can't even cry. He's just wiggling. And then the monsters scoop his ass up and start eating him, and the salesman makes it. And then from then on, you're like, somebody shoot that motherfucker.
I do agree that they went up themselves from the last one. They had the first one, you thought, oh, surely they're not going to kill the cute kid. And then this one, no, we're going to kill a baby in this one.
Well, no, they didn't. The used car salesman did that you thought was going to be the fucking hero after that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was wrong earlier. Wasn't the baby John's kid? Wasn't his own baby the one that he put as the baby in the movie?
I don't know. It might have been. I didn't have time to do a shit ton of research.
I think you're right.
Because I remember in an interview, Clue said something about, and it wasn't an interview for this. It was some other horror interview or something he had mentioned. Maybe it was in the special features for Return of the Living Dead, but he had mentioned about doing a movie with his son. And I could have swore he had his grandson was there with him too. So I'm thinking that baby might have been, there was another hooligan or whatever on the set there because he mentioned it. So,
yeah.
But I could have swore that baby was the director's kid.
But that part just got me where the baby's flying through the air. And you just swear up and down the monsters are just going to, you're expecting monsters to jump up and grab God. No. And the sound effects when he hits that, you see him bleed down.
It's like the monsters can't even believe he just did that. They just like pause. They're like, whoa.
The monsters must truly have an age limit. Well, that's too young. Can't eat that one. So,
Yep. They got to let him be roadkill before they'll chew on him. But yeah, and then after he does that, the stupid son of a bitch tries to get back on the roof with them all. They just watched him sacrifice a baby so he could escape. And then they think they're going to accept him up there. So then, you got the car salesmen doing kind of a battle between each other through the rest of the damn movie that's not really worth mentioning. The midgets were fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And Grandma. I forgot. Oh, wait a minute. We done skipped past that part. You remember when the bald white car salesman decides to be a scientist with the dead monster?
Oh God, I forgot all about that. To do the autopsy on the monster.
First, he makes it puke on Grandma. So then she's decomposing like the beer delivery guy does. Which
Yeah.
he's lucky them little midgets weren't there then, or they would have cut his nuts off then. And then he goes a little farther, and all the women are standing downstream. And he hits the nerve to the monster's cock, and it comes all over the fucking girls for like 5 damn minutes. And it was like a horrible 70s porno. They just couldn't get out of the way. They're just like, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, we skipped plumb over that scene.
Yeah, these both of them, both 2 and 3, have redeeming qualities. I'm not going to argue
Mhm.
that.
They do. You know, then that's when they all get stuck on the roof when they get attacked. Oh yeah, he hits the nerve in there that does like the death call when one of them's wounded real bad, and it does that screeching, kind of like the the screamers from Tremors, is what that
Yeah.
reminded me too. And that makes all of the monsters come in, and so then they get on the roof and fight them off on the roof, and then make that catapult system. Now that was kind of funny.
When they put the
You know,
grandma on the catapult, yeah.
well, what was left of the bag of goop, because remember they went to pick her up and her arm fell off. So then they put the bag up there and they launch her over, and it sounds like a bag of soup hitting the brick wall.
Yeah.
And she slides down it. And then they send the midget, which weighs half as what she does. He's like, goes halfway and then just stops. And it's like a Wile E. Coyote moment. He just goes straight down.
Yeah, did we
Then the
mention
monsters eat
did
half
we
of him.
mention the rest of the name of Feast 2 yet? I think we glossed over that.
Sloppy seconds.
Sloppy seconds, and that's what this is. It is sloppy seconds.
Oh, it's very
not as
sloppy.
good as the first one.
No,
But
it's
it's done been
entertaining.
reamed out, and you're getting for the sequel. You're getting what's
And
left.
see, I'm almost at the end of my notes, but they have to use the girls' clothes to make this catapult. So for the rest of the movie, they're running around topless, and which adds to it, especially when they're shooting the guns and shit. You can tell there's no real action in this firearm because she's just jiggling this shit. But it's fine, it works. You got jiggling titties, you look past everything else.
Redeeming qualities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And and then they have the well, that's my last notes on this. Battle on the roof, titties flailing everywhere, end credits. And that was pretty much it for Feast 2 sloppy seconds.
And it left like on a cliffhanger, and I didn't really feel there was any conclusion to it. It's like it's supposed to be the middle movie. I'm like, give us some kind of conclusion, but no.
No. That's
Besides
the end
car
credits right
salesman
there.
dude, did the car salesman dude? I forget. Did he get the pipe ripped out of his head at the end of this one, or is it in part 3?
I think it's part 3, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it is part 3 because he's in the sewer with them.
Yeah.
Yep. So all right.
And
so
they
anybody
now
got anything to add?
well, I bought the triple. So you say what the way it ended was just so abruptly, and it was hair. It was I pulled my hair out because when I first bought it, I do have the triple feature, but when they first came out, like I said, I found Feast first, and then when there was some advertisements and some horror stuff for Feast 2, so I knew it was coming. So when it came out, I bought it. But Feast 3 didn't come out right away, and I had to wait. And it was like, what do you mean? I got to wait for the sequel, and you leave me hanging like this? It was. I couldn't believe they like you said, Cody. They should have gave us a little something to satisfy us.
Yeah.
But no, just leave us hanging for. I think it was a. I don't remember how long it was until I got 3. It may have been
1 year.
1 year. Okay, so it was like maddening. Like, oh my god. You walk by your shelf and you see it sitting there, and you look over, you're like, I don't want to even see. Turn the movies around because every time you see Feast 2 on your shelf, you're getting mad because where's the rest of it?
Yeah, and I couldn't find Feast 2 anyplace, so I actually saw 3 first.
Oh, you saw them out of order. That must have really
Right
been.
when it came in, I'm like, right when Feast 3 came out, and because I couldn't find it anyplace, and I mean this is Netflix was around then, I didn't have it, but for the DVD service, but neither of our two little mom and pop video stores, uh, or uh, or Hastings even didn't have it. So
No, it was like very limited.
yeah,
Even on the DVD release, was very
so
limited.
I jumped
Walmart here
on.
didn't even have it.
Yeah, when Feast 3 came out, Walmart had it, so I scooped it up, and I don't remember. No, I think I rented it actually, because I don't remember where I bought Feast 2, but I think I finally got it at Walmart. They did. They finally got a re-release of it or some shit. But anyway, I had to watch Feast 3 first, so I had no idea what was going on, and it pretty much ruined Feast 2 for me.
Feast 2.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It makes me wonder if these are out of print. If this is out of print now, because if who bought the. I don't know who all got the Dimensions library when the Weinsteins went to jail. So I don't even know if they can be released or if they're streaming anywhere or if you can even physically buy them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. That's what
Well,
Cody's asking me where he could stream them. I'm like, man, I don't know. I have the physical copies, so
Feast was on Tubi and on Amazon Prime, but the other two, it showed them on Prime, but with like rental only.
Because I've always because some of the Weinstein's when they went down, I don't know who bought the rights and the assets from the company. I don't know if it went to one place or if it got scattered. Did it revert back to the like? Does John Kluger own Feast 2 and 3 now? It's like that's what I don't like about licensing and stuff. It makes it so difficult to
Well, you
release
know,
stuff.
I've been thinking about this a little bit, and we were talking about how Feast only made 700K on a $2 million budget, so it was a huge financial failure. And I've been thinking about how did they talk the Weinsteins into financing not one but two sequels, even if they were direct to DVD. And the only thing I can think of is old Harvey had to be a huge fan of Clue Gulliger. He must have grew up watching Clue Gulliger, and I can only imagine how that meeting went down with Clue and John and Harvey. Harvey saying,
yeah.
Clue,
Or
your boy
or
wants to make this movie. I hear you. I'm a big fan. And Clue says, well, just how big a fan are you? He's like, zip.
Or that's what
Or
I was gonna say. Or you look at the cover and you see all those nice looking ladies on there. I wonder how many of those Weinstein slept with.
Yeah, I got some bitches
or
looking to do shit.
or the Weinsteins had a fetish for monster cock.
Maybe.
Your reason sounds better because
Because there's a lot of monster cock and balls in 2 and 3. Big fuck. I mean, it'd make
No.
fucking
Hey,
bulls
or
from the fucking cattle field run away.
with the Weinsteins. Maybe they're the ones that required midgets in there because they wanted them to look like kids. They want, we need some kids in here to jack off to.
or like you said, the
Oh,
the the
bam.
the Weinsteins may have been caught screwing ladies, but maybe they were secretly Bud Light drinkers, so they wanted the cock and balls all over.
Oh, yep. The
It was
rocket
all a
pops.
cover. It was all a
Yeah,
cover.
yeah.
Oh, I was kind of glancing over my notes. The used car salesman doesn't get the pipe in the head till the third one.
Oh shit.
Yep.
See
Yeah, and I
these
watched
movies.
these like 2 days ago. By
Yeah,
the way.
these movies are so 2 and 3 were so done so quickly. I could see where your
Yeah.
mind would forget where it goes because they bleed
Well,
together those two films.
well, see, we left out on the second one too, where they had the midgets making the key to get into the jail. What makes no sense because they just looked at the key, the lock through a kaleidoscope, which anybody that's ever done any key making or any lock picking knows better than that. You can't just look at a lock and make a key to make it fit. But anyway, uh, so yeah, I remember they were trying to get to the jail to get in because the meth head had the jail locked down. Was a key component we left out too of the second one. So I guess we'll jump into Feast 3, The Happy Finish.
What was it
It
that
had a
happy
budget
though?
of
Were you happy?
I don't know. It depends on if you like Monster Cock or not. So
Apparently,
had a
John
budget of
Gulliger likes Monster Cock.
Hey,
had a budget of
do you want to wait to rate part 2 after part 3 because they run so close together, or do you want to rate your part 2?
Oh, we do need to rate part 2. We forgot to
Okay.
do that. Thank you, producer Poe.
Yep. Oh, and I forgot to mention in comments, Father Mahoney gave the first feast 3 PBRs.
Yep, I saw that.
And he also said Cody and Travis are the Boo, Tucker, and Dale. LOL.
New. He meant new. I know that's exactly what he meant.
New. Of course.
New Tucker and Dale. Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I told
I'll
that
take
to
that as a compliment. Thank
I
you,
told
Father
that to
Thank you.
Mahoney.
I
Thank
told
you.
that I was on the phone one day with Poe. I said, watching those two, they're like Tucker and Dale because y'all had me cracking up. So yeah,
Well, Cody, maybe we got a chance. Maybe we can make Tucker and Dale 2025 or 2030.
We'll do the reboot. We'll do the
Yeah.
reboot.
Hell yeah.
Just-
We'll do the reboot.
More
Hell
guns,
yeah.
more boobs.
Okay, wait a minute. Which one of us has got to gain a lot of weight?
I'll jump on that grenade.
All right, got you. I'm going to look sexy and buff. I'm going to look like Reggie Bannister because I won't have no hair on top by then. So there's I'll have the sexy hat gasket thing going on. So anyway, okay, we got to rate Feast 2. Where were we at? Cody, what do you rate Feast 2 at?
Let's let Grandpa give the first rating. I'm interested to hear what he thinks
All
about
right.
this one.
well, if you say the higher the worst, with Feast 2, as much as I still enjoyed it, I'd have to give it 4. 4 because it's got some redeeming qualities, but very few and far between. So I'd give it 4. If 4 is bad,
Well, 4's not bad, but I'm right there with you, Grandpa. I was gonna say I got to get it 4 Pabst Blue Ribbons myself. See, the way we're rating that is how many beer it takes you to sit through it and enjoy it.
4.
So, yep, that's where I was at too, 4. But it's still a good one, but I've got to rate it at a 4. Code Man.
It's really not fair because I like I said, I saw this after seeing 3, so it did kind of ruin it for me. So I've got to give it 4 PBRs and Yin beer.
Yingling.
Yingling, because
Oh,
it's
4
not
PBRs and a
strong as the
Yuengling.
PBR. So it's just slightly less than you guys rating, but I
4
enjoyed
plus
some
1.
things about it, but math, damn it, basic math. But yeah, it's a one-time watch. It's a fun one-time watch, but it's a one-time watch.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say one time. If you wait 6, 7 years like I did to watch it again, it was pretty entertaining. But
Or if somebody's doing hallucinogenics or something, they might get bigger kick out of it. I don't know.
I find myself watching all 3 Feast films at least once every 5 years. It's one of those. I'm the kind of guy that gets a. I get that desire to watch a really bad movie here and there, and I'd say every 5 years I watch all 3 of them. But I watch them, I watch. I just say fuck it, and I watch all 3 at once just to get it over with, But at least once every 5 years.
Oh shit, we have
cool.
another rating, folks. Mr. Nanners gives it a Bud Light.
Whoa, is he tucking or?
Hey, what he's saying, I think, is this movie doesn't know what it is.
That could be interpreted so many different ways now. He could be tucking, he could be catching, he could be receiving. So I mean,
Broad spectrum
Damn.
there, Nanners. Broad
Yep.
spectrum.
so Feast
By
3,
the way,
happy.
anybody who has not checked out Hellfire's Haunted Asylum Indiegogo, hop on over there to Indiegogo right now. Check it out.
Mhm.
Invest in the campaign. It's going to be a phenomenal film. Pick up Hellfire on the Run on DVD and Blu-ray. You will not be disappointed, and you'll see why exactly Morgan Wellborn needs and deserves the funding to do the full feature film Hellfire's Haunted Asylum. So hop on over there, check it out and show some love to the indie horror community.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well worth your money. Well worth it.
And it'll be better than Feast 3.
Yeah, we guarantee that.
Wait.
I'll bet a
Is it-
suitcase of PBR it will.
Wait. Only if he has a Mexican, one-man Mexican mariachi band singing the credits, like in Feast 3. That's the strongest fucking point of this movie.
The only thing that would have made that better at the end credits of Feast 3 is if it would have been Henry fucking Rollins.
But we're getting way ahead of ourselves though, because Clue's got the best line at the end of the fucking movie, but we ain't gonna go that far yet. So anyway, Feast 3, happy finish. It's a 2009 release, same director, same budget, $2 million, direct to DVD, pretty much the same fucking cast that's still drawing air. It picks up right after Feast 2. The fight on top of it. You got the car salesman. Well, the biker mom, now she flips the bike up, kills the fucking monster, which makes no sense because I don't see how she could get the ass into the motorcycle up above her head to get the tire into him to eat him. But anyway, it's a movie. The bike's sitting there idling. The pipe explodes. Car salesman gets the pipe through the head. And so they're fighting their way to get to the jail, and a new hero arrives in an army jeep with a giant fucking projectile from the front of it.
Glossing over, and we didn't even mention Honey Pie.
Oh yeah, I done forgot. She survives.
She was the star of the second one, right?
Not for much. She was stuck in a building for most of it, like a convenience store. That's right. She's in the convenience store. She does shoot one of them with the 45, and she's like, "Oh, it works!" And she just happened to fucking thumb the safety off. And bam! Oh, it works! And then can't get it to fucking work again. Anyway, so remember, yeah, the glass broke out, and she took her jeans off, so she's running around in her underwear, and they're not even thongs. I was disappointed. They're granny panties, bad granny panties. And she throws her jeans over the glass and gets out, and then walks down, and then she's going over the train track, and that's the end of it for her in Feast 2. Well, Feast 3, the train goes by and she gets past it. And you remember when the little Mexican got blowed up?
Yeah.
You know, well, a piece of the shrapnel, I think it's the handle from the trash can, cuts her neck in half. Well, abracadabra, she fucking survives that. I guess her and the bar, I think she's the bartender's illegitimate daughter. That's the only way you can survive a neck wound like that. So she survives it and gets up, and she's walking. Well, it doesn't work. The monster gets her, doesn't it? Yeah. The monster comes and gets Honey Pie in the beginning of Feast 3. This is how fucking Feast 3 show starts off after they shows them fighting off the monsters off the roof. Cuts her head off and eats it. And apparently,
out immediately. Yeah,
she does not agree with these monsters' digestive tract because, I mean, like,
must
10
have been all
seconds
the
later,
Aquanet. Yeah.
he's shitting her. I was thinking the bleach.
Ah.
You know, he's shitting her out like 10 seconds after, and then
and you see it through her eyes too, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You see it go down and come out, and then they show the monster's ass trying to shit her out, and she turns from Honey Pie to Honey Poo in about 30 seconds, and that's how we open Feast 3. Doesn't have a bad beginning.
We glossed over that. Okay, we got to take a drink every time I say glossed over on this episode. But we glossed over that. When she ran off and left, they had the plan to escape in the first one. And she had the keys to the beer truck and gets in it. And instead of pulling around, which she could have easily done and saved all of them, she just drives off. Like, fuck you guys.
Well, but you can't really blame her. They all treat her like shit.
Yeah.
Well, that and they all treated her like shit in that bar. The ones that weren't trying to get into her pants were treating her like she was a piece of shit. So, except for the bartender. The bartender treated her good. And grandma. Grandma treated everybody the same, unless you're Mick Jagger, evidently.
Yeah.
But anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
then we got the hero that slides into the jail, and they all get to the jail about the same time he breaks into it. They have a big standoff, and then the bartender's always the man of reason, just like in life. The hero is fixing to fucking cap all their ass. Who the fuck are you? And the bartender, hey, we're just simple folks trying to survive, same as you.
Hey, bartender. How many times in our lives have bartenders been the hero?
Bartenders have got me in more fucking trouble than they've got me in that. I went to jail.
We'll save that. We'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, I went to jail one night because of a fucking bartender. But anyway, now I've lost my train of thought, Cody. Fuck, I'm getting drunk. All right, where were we at?
The bartender being the voice of reason.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So it gets that, and then the new hero, the steroided up Crocodile Dundee, is, we can't make a stand here. We can't stay locked. We got to take the fight to these monsters. We got to show them up. And the bartender's like, that hasn't worked well yet, bub. We may want to rethink that. He's like, we're going to do it. Well, then the whore blonde, that was banging the two car salesmen, she's all like, oh, no, and she's like, I prayed for you, I knew, I willed you here, she's talking to him, and boy, he kind of looks at her, and I'm like, oh shit, don't you fall for it too. And then he's teaching her how to use a revolver, and she fucking shoots his ass. So it does not play good to be a fucking standout hero in the Feast movies.
It doesn't play good to be a hero, period. Yeah.
No, at all. You are gonna fucking die either stupidly or horribly, either way.
I will be right back. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Like I said, this one, if there's one thing I can give Gulager credit for, it really does feel like the same movie. Credit for and
it does.
And to complain at the same time. Because it feels like a really fucking long movie.
Oh, yeah. Then you got, I think, what was it? Half of them ran out of the jail. Half of them locked themselves up in the jail cell, if I remember right. And we got the black car salesman went in a cargo container with the two topless biker chicks and a couple of others. And remember, he backs up and there's a hole in this cargo container, and the monster screws him through this hole.
By a monster cock, yeah.
By a monster cock, yeah. And then that spawns the slasher hybrid.
Who's just as big a dick as the original slasher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but this baby comes out and kills everybody in the container except the girls. They hide up in there and then run away. And they finally escape the jail. They don't kill the meth head for some reason, which I didn't understand. I would have killed that dickhead right from the freaking start. As soon as he shot at him how many times, tried to kill him, tried to blow up the midget. I mean, why would you blow up the midget? He's wearing a trash can hiding, and you light a stick of dynamite and throw it under his ass. Are you still alive, Cody?
Yeah.
That's better than my sound effects, ain't it?
Yeah, it is better. Can we get a sound bite of that, Poe, and play it right?
I've just got a drain that I piss in.
Was it that loud?
Yes.
A little bit.
Man, my toilet's way the fuck over there. I don't know. Jeez.
You got a hell of a speaker. Hell, it's better than me when I leave.
Bundy's toilet, the Grandmaster flusher.
See, I was being nice tonight. My mic, when I flip it up on my headphones, it turns. So I turned it off while I was pissing. But
no, all I got is
kind of took
this Yeti Blue. I can't believe it picked it up.
You kind of took my cue there, Grandpa. Hell, you stole my thunder. Shit.
Well, at least I learned something. Next time I use the bathroom live, flush it later.
No, leave it on. It's
Nah, leave it on there.
great.
I just turned it off because you were the special guest and I didn't want you to get offended or anything.
You know, this is a high class show. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing around here. I swear to God.
It's fucking Budweiser's fault. They got me and Cody all fucked up. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I don't understand. I mean, Grandpa, I thought he, just like all the other goats, he pissed in his beard, to attract. He said he was going to get frisky with the old lady tonight. I assumed, of course, piss in your beard.
No.
Kitty, 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 come kitty!
Oh, you can't go wrong with the bubbles.
You gotta do
Add
Hard
it
Boys
in there.
episode
That's just
sometime.
lucky call.
Poe, though, you do need to get the other one where he's all wide-eyed. Jesus, Murphy. That would be another good one to have in the loop there to play.
Oh, yeah.
I'll work on it. I'm bored back here, so I'm just like making shit.
Yeah.
Do you even know how to read, my son?
Fuck. Our show's that bad.
Go fuck yourself.
Our show's that bad. He's
I'm
our
joking.
producer's fucking bored.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm listening to everything.
Not really.
I wish I saw part 2 and 3, so I'm like, I'm gonna work on stuff back here, and I got something special because whenever you mention something, I have to have something to pull up. So just know it's
I guess
for the show.
I guess we haven't mentioned Henry fucking Rawlings enough on this show to
Oh
keep
my
him
God.
away.
Yep.
In case everybody hasn't
Oh,
noticed,
shit.
we do this for our own personal amusement, and that is it.
Yeah, we have a lot of inside jokes.
Although we appreciate each and every one of you.
We sure do. And especially our sponsors, Pure Spectrum. Oh, shit, that's the wrong show.
Wrong
My
one,
bad.
wrong one.
It's programmed. Well,
We have no-
we should see if Mike wants to come on as a special guest one of these times. Just for the hell of it.
We have no sponsors. That's how good we are.
Yeah, we don't need no sponsors. Oh,
Yeah,
whoa,
shit.
whoa. We do have Pabst Blue Ribbon,
Our unofficial sponsor.
our
yes.
unofficial sponsor. Yeah.
And we tried to get our AA sponsors on here, and they just said it was a no-go.
Well, they're obviously
Yeah.
not working.
They're not very good at their job.
No, they're not.
They're trying. They're trying.
They need-
I told them I'd call them when my check liver light come on, but I'm pretty sure it's burned off by now.
The light bulb doesn't burn out. Yeah.
All right, so where
The
the
lights-
fuck we're at on Feast 3?
So, well,
those, I was gonna say
I'm
those
gonna
are the
make another
lights.
pit stop real quick. Go right ahead.
Those are the lights my dad used to call the idiot lights. Once they come on, it's too late. You're fucked. Like your
Yeah.
radiator light, your oil lights.
Yep.
Like, well, it's too late now. You're sitting.
Oh shit, man. Well, I work at a dealership now. Those lights come on before you can ever fuck anything up. You can't have fun with a vehicle anymore. It's like, hell, it's it's a little off. It's all right. You go to full throttle. Nope, you're in limp mode. They won't let you get over 12 mile an hour. It's crazy.
So you a mechanic at the shop at the dealership?
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're one of those poor guys that bust their ass on warranty work.
No. I am paid by the hour.
Okay.
I did not want to do the where you're paid by the job. I said, nope, not interested in that, which I've got about 13 years of industrial maintenance experience under my belt. So
Okay.
that's
'Cause
what
I
got
hear-
me the job there.
Because I
Yeah.
hear so many young mechanics like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. All I do is warranty work. I'm not making shit. And it's like, ew.
Well, the problem is too, I'm 40 years old and I'm the old fucking man of the shop, believe it or not. Yeah. The closest tech to my age is the oil change tech, and that's all he is just the oil change guy. He's 24. The other two
Oof.
techs are 23 and 21.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you get like I was working on an '84 Chevy. It's got a distributor in it, whew, way over their head. They can't figure that shit out. I'm like, guys, this is simple. I was like, look, simple, and they can't figure that out at all. And
Wow.
that one was like, oh man, I feel you having to mess with that distributor. I'm like, I know, no, dude, this is easy. There's nothing to this. And he just put a head on a dual overcam 2.2 four banger engine. I'm like, that's a hell of a lot more complicated than what I just did. And he's, oh no, man, this is easy. I'm like, no.
Holy shit! I don't remember this part of Feast 3.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's right before the ass raping.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, I have something that I will pull up if you mention Budweiser or Bud Light. Actually, Bud Light. So, just letting you know.
All right,
Bud
Bud Light,
Light.
we're ready. Go ahead. And that movie is forever changed. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me if I was drinking a Bud Light. Oh shit, we're horrible. Oh, Poe, my buddy's picture. I got a story behind it that I sent him. I don't know if he'll have it. Yep.
What the hell?
All right, there's a story behind this. That's my buddy Richard. We was turkey hunting this weekend, and I
I
hate
see
to
you had
admit
his
it,
turkey
but
beard on.
well, we stopped and got some breakfast at 9 o'clock, and they did not have any non-woke beer, so I bought a Budweiser. And he sent that picture to me after we were done hunting. He's like, I just smelled your fucking Budweiser, and this is what it done to me 4 fucking hours later. I didn't even drink it. All I did was smell that motherfucker. Yep, Budweiser, the official woke beer of 2023. So fuck, we're reviewing a movie here, ain't we?
I think we were. We
Feast
might have
Yeah,
been.
3.
Feast 3. Oh, that's why we've lost track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all were
Feast
talking
3's
about-
kind
Yeah.
of
You were talking
It's
about how
kind
the
of-
meth head should have got shot for all the shit he did,
Yep.
but then I flushed the toilet and threw the whole show out the window.
that's
No.
about how this fucking movie is. We're right on cue. I mean,
Yeah. You know, that's what somebody should have done to this movie.
mhm. I mean, so they get out of the fucking jail cell somehow. I don't remember how. One of them has the key. Anyway, they fucking fight off the monsters somehow. I don't remember. So they follow this meth head. He's got an underground bunker that's not really a bunker. It's a fucking school bus. And I still have not figured out how he's done this, or I'd have 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers in my backyard because that was kind of fucking cool. It's like a 40s model fucking Plymouth hood that he raises up and goes down into the school bus, and they follow him. Only problem is the monsters do too. And the school bus is buried completely under the ground. And these year models of school buses had no fucking power, as Cody can attest to. And they fire it up and drive a wheelie out of the fucking ground after they fight off these fucking monsters in there. Of course, it kills one of the titty girls. Forgot it ripped her head off or something, didn't it, Cody?
I don't remember. I tried to
No.
forget.
Have you seen? Yeah. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through my notes here. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, the Hammer Girl. It kills one of the girls, but the Hammer Girl beats this fucking monster to death with her hammer.
Hammer Girl. I forgot
I
about
do.
Hammer Girl.
Yeah, you remember that? Because remember, she's beating this monster, and she got these bloody titties, and they're just doing that. Yeah, that was like the best scene of the movie. They drive off, and then they're driving off in the school bus, and it stalls, and everybody else gets in the school bus. And then somehow we go from a fucking school bus to fucking sewer drains. And I don't remember how this happens, but it happens. It's almost like
Not important.
Mosquito. It's almost like the movie Mosquito, remember?
Oh, the sewer drains out in the middle of the woods? Yeah.
Yep, in nowhere. And the rest of the movie is in the storm drains. And we have new characters that have not developed yet in this movie somehow. They call them pukers. These are people that got puked on, but they didn't decompose like the beer guy and grandma. They mutated and became people that wanted to kill and eat people. So this is unexplained. I didn't understand. This is one thing I did not like in this movie. It was like, explain the evolution at least. And because they remember they get a hold of Hammer Girl and stab her to death, and then they don't even eat her. They just leave her lay there for the Harley mom to go over there and caress her titties and cry on them while the girl's dead. I didn't understand that. I guess that was her lesbian lover.
Maybe I don't know.
You don't remember that part?
I remember the boobs. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
they focused that.
Yes,
They were blood-soaked boobs, and she's like caressing these and rubbing up against them while this bitch is dead.
It's like a little bit of necrophilia going on there.
Yeah, John Gallagher, apparently, he didn't get laid a lot.
Yeah, apparently not.
He's a little short, fat, bald guy, so I understand.
Mhm.
I mean,
he did Piranha 3DD, so he's got a thing with titties.
yeah. I can't
Oh, he
blame him.
did
I can't say
Piranha
I wouldn't do
3DD?
this. Yeah, he was
he
double
directed
D.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, those people. Yeah.
I can't blame what. I mean, come on, you're coming up with Piranha 3D, and what's the best way to market that? You know, it's not going to be a feature fucking film. Make it 3 double D. There's going to be lots of titties in this movie.
And get
And
the
if nothing
wine.
else, you're going to get a lot of teenage boys to get on board with it. So it's
And
going to
the
get a lot of
wineskins.
DVD sales.
Yep.
So pretty much that gets us to the spot where they all get out. They get a dirt bike. And somehow Harley mom gets infected with this puker shit. She starts doing that. She's like, I'm fucking dead already. So they take a dead monster, put it on the bike, strap it down. And the Mexican's still alive, the little Mexican wrestler guy. And the bartender and the cheating fucking blonde is still alive. That's not really a blonde. So Harley mom gets on this bike. They engage the monster's mechanism that turns it into a fucking trimmer screamer and makes all the and she rides off into the sunset.
Drawing
and
the
they all run
monsters away.
Yep. And then it shows all 3 of them walking away, and the blonde sitting there.
We're skipping over the karate guy that gets both his arms ripped off.
Oh, I forgot all about him.
The Karate Kid. John Gallagher was apparently a huge Karate Kid fan. And so he wrote this character in, which gets his arms ripped off and is kicking
thought
the
it was
monster.
more of a Power Ranger fan than a Karate Kid.
That's what happens. The bartender accidentally blows his arms off because he's doing like in Rambo 3 and trying to sterilize. He gets bit on the arms and he's trying to sterilize them with gunpowder. And when he lights it, it blows his arms off. That was
Not
funny.
quite,
That was funny.
Not quite. No, it was monsters that bit his arms off.
He blows one of them off, though, I know for sure. Trying to sterilize it with gunpowder.
I remember
that. Maybe
that
in one of them, but the first one he didn't.
Don't worry,
that's
guys.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes we actually watch the movies we're reviewing.
He gets, one of the arms gets bit completely off, and the other one gets partially bitten off. I do remember that now. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Because his major weapons is kitchen knives that he's duct taped to his forearms. Yeah, it didn't work for me. I didn't care for that one. That's probably why I didn't make no fucking notes about it. I didn't want to downgrade the movie any more than what I already had.
Well, at least we're ending on a strong note.
Yes.
No, we're ending on 2 strong notes. The best 2 strong notes in the movie. So you're at the end of it, and the old man, the bartender's like, oh, I'm telling y'all, this is fucking Armageddon. I'll tell you what, this is what we got to do. And we got to do it now. And he's looking at this blonde. It's a whore. He's like, we got to start fucking. We got to start fucking right. And he rips his fucking shirt off.
The old man has old flabby titties. And
poor old man, he's got bigger titties than the whore does right there. And then somewhere out of nowhere, a giant fucking robot comes down and saves this little Mexican guy and this woman and just squishes them into a puddle of fucking goo and steps on them. And then goes on and leaves the old man standing there with a heart on and no shirt. But I understand where the old man's coming from. You know, at his age, if you get a hard on at any time and point, you're not going to waste that motherfucker. Am I not right?
Like I said, I have to take the blue pill now. So when you get a natural hard on, you got to grab. You either got to find your wife or you just got to find a magazine. You can't waste it.
Yep, I can't blame you a bit. The good Lord's got a sense of humor. And then the best part of part
Of this
3
film, yes.
is
Yes.
the one man Mexican mariachi band singing
Just
about
walks
feast
out,
movies.
walks out right in the street in front
Oh,
of these
yeah.
smashed bodies in the middle of the street. Starts
And he's
singing.
got the fake Elvis hair and the hey, that's the best fucking part of this movie. Besides the bartender, I got to give him props because the way he does, we got to start fucking
now that's
right fucking
that's
now.
considering if Henry fucking Rollins would have been in the movie, that would have been the best part.
Oh, Poe's flipping. Oh, you thought as many times as we mentioned Henry fucking Rollins.
Henry Rollins is going to sue us. You know that. It's coming.
I mean, this has only been, what, a 4-hour fucking show now, probably?
Oh. Shall we get into some of the news?
I have no news. I spent all my time
we
watching
didn't
the
raid.
movies.
We didn't raid Feast 3.
Oh,
so
yes,
let's
we
get
do have
that
to wait.
out of the way.
Yep, let's do that.
Feast 3. Okay. Grandpa, throw it at us.
2 cases.
2 cases. So wow.
2 cases.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
2 suitcases of PBR.
Yep. This one takes a lot to get through.
Yeah, I can't quite be that hard on it. Cody, what do you got?
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It has some redeeming qualities. I'm going to give it 7 PBRs.
I tell you, if it wasn't for the bartender and the mariachi guy at the end of it, it'd be a lot worse, but I give it about 6.5.
Mr. Nanners gives it 1 Schlitz malt liquor.
Hey, the first beer I ever had.
Wait a minute, how many ounces of Schlitz malt
We're talking to 40,
malt
right,
liquor?
Mr. Nanners?
Yeah, give it to us straight. How big of a Schlitz?
Schlitz was huge.
But yeah, I mean,
64
ounces.
Okay, that's more like it.
Okay, I understand where he's coming from now. Oh shit, I'm out of beer.
God damn, you wanted to kill yourself after watching it?
Wasn't
Oh,
that
he didn't say a 64 of Old English. He said Schlitz. There's a difference. But yeah, I mean, these movies, first one's fucking great. It's phenomenal, you know. I don't understand why it doesn't have a cult following like a lot of other shittier movies that I've seen do. But they're all enjoyable. 3's a little rougher. If you watch them in a sequence, it helps. If you watch them like Cody did, you watch first, then 3, then 2. Yeah, that's going to fuck you all up. But for all, hell, go out and buy the physical media and then watch the behind the scenes, because the behind the scenes part are worth getting the physical media. That's what I like about physical media. You get the behind the scenes, you get the deleted scenes, you get all that, and a lot of times the director, yeah, you get director's commentary, you get some of the actors' commentary, and it really gives you a wider spectrum of how this film was created.
I would have liked to have seen him do a prequel of sorts. I would have liked to have seen, like you mentioned in this, he explained it in the special features, but I wouldn't have minded seeing a prequel, like an origin story on these. Even
Yeah,
if he had done it,
there's definitely
like,
room for it.
right, even if he had did it in it's like a streaming, like a 10 episode streaming thing. I think there's still more to this feast that it could get tapped into if it could get, somebody could get it back into the eyes of the public. And because I think if more people went back and watched it now, they may be like, oh, this is pretty good. And if enough
Yeah.
people to stir, maybe he would. But I think it at least deserves some kind of, why were they created? How did they go? I think there's still more to the feast story that needs to be told, but I just don't think it's ever gonna.
Probably not, but I'd love to see it. I agree.
No, and John Golder's still working. I think. I mean, he's still doing films, but I think his 15 minutes of fame, as far as doing
Yeah.
big budget films, are probably over.
Yeah, I
it's
think most
probably
of the.
welcome.
I looked on IMDb. I think I think what he does more now is cinematography. I don't think he does a lot of. The last thing he directed was like 2017 or 18, but he's been doing cinematography. So
Oh,
yeah, I don't think he's gonna direct them anymore.
I kind of figured he's working for the Hallmark Channel now.
I don't know with his desire for titties, Hallmark's not the place for him. He should at least make pornos,
You never know. There's always room. There's always room for monster cock.
Always.
At Christmas. The Christmas cock.
Well,
The Monster
gentlemen,
Christmas Carol cock special.
that's the perfect lead-in to news from the holler.
Yep.
Oh, well, it looks like Evil Dead Rise has kind of surprised not only me but everyone else, and pulled in 40 million opening weekend, making it,
Damn.
I believe, #1 at the box office, which I did not see that coming. Why is what I want to know. The Evil Dead reboot from 2013, which I thought was a good, solid film, it didn't do nearly as well. And same Evil Dead creative team as from the previous films. But I mean, maybe just at the wrong time. Maybe people were tired of reboots when it came out, or remakes when it came out. But this movie is done really well, and it looks like we're going to get more Evil Dead, which
Awesome.
I'm holding my opinion until I see it, of course. Even though I think there really can't be an Evil Dead film without Bruce Campbell. So
Bruce fucking Campbell.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
yeah,
I don't have a job for Bruce Campbell. Sorry.
I just expected you to do the other one.
Well, no. Hey, any suggestions, man? Y'all just throw it my way. I'll download whatever drops you want. So, you want one for Bruce Campbell? What do you think we should have?
Hail to the King, baby. When he does that one, when we say Bruce fucking Campbell, hail to the King, baby.
All right,
from that
I'll get on it, sir.
Perfect.
I'll get on it, sir.
Awesome.
I'm sorry I failed you.
Man. I think our producer would have us figured out by now. What the hell?
Well, I don't know what he's going to do if somebody said something drinking a Bud Light. I mean, what's he going to do then? 'Cause I'm a liar!
Don't tell me the toe ain't on his toes. Toes on his toes.
Oh, damn. He'll probably get Henry Rawling to do a cameo of doing the tuck job from Buffalo Bill. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I'm getting on Reface right after we get off of.
You motherfuckers don't know what you unleashed in Cody. Him in that damn Reface app.
Oh, I know.
I can't stop. I really have a problem. I can't stop.
I can't. Well, you know what? You think this is the Backwoods Horror Show, but this is an intervention. You do Reface too much.
Way too much. Way too much.
Hey, I like the one he did with me with Austin Powers with Mini Me, and I like
dude,
that one.
I was rolling, dude. You freaking guys are crazy.
Which reminds me, for the cover art of this show, did you give me Machete's hair?
You were wearing a wig, I think, in that. I don't remember where it was from, but it was in your kitchen, so I don't know.
I don't ever
don't
remember wearing a wig like that.
That's what she said.
I don't. It's a straight black. It looks like Machete's hair. Is that an actual picture of me somewhere?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah, I
you
pulled it
cropped
up
the
off
hair
my
into
Google
it.
pictures. I don't know when the hell it was. It
No
was in
shit,
your
I ain't got a
kitchen, though.
clue either.
This is what happens
I
when you
don't-
get drunk. You don't remember
Yeah,
things.
but I never wore straight hair that I can remember of.
From the creators of Alpacalypse.
Apocalypse?
Yeah, Alpaca Lips. About
Alpacalypse, okay.
killer alpacas.
Is this a bestiality porn?
No, I don't think. Maybe. I mean, it's
Alpacalypse?
it's the campaign is being funded on Indiegogo right now for the sequel, Lamageddon.
Oh.
It's worth throwing money at just for the title. I mean, you come up with that, I'm on board.
Oh, where's it? All right, where's this getting filmed at? If it's in Arkansas, I'm out.
Lamageddon? No, that'd be Sistergeddon.
Same difference. I mean, you got to think,
Well, if their sisters are llamas, I mean, it could happen, I guess.
it's scary. If you really
Yeah.
get to thinking about this deep. See, we live
know,
close
that-
to Arkansas, so we
No, that
understand
makes
this shit.
when I think of that makes me think of Hell Nah, which is the new movie by Kid Cudi, I guess a rapper or some dude that was in the movie Ty West's X. It's a horror comedy based during the Paris Fashion Week about zombies. And that's all the information they're giving on it right now. But the name's
That's
Hell Nah, N-A-W.
probably all they got on it. Yeah, hell
well,
no on watching that.
Yeah,
we
I
don't
don't.
get.
I'm not interested. From the synopsis there makes me not interested at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, I
Nope.
mean, Paris.
Not at all.
We don't get a lot of French zombie movies, so why not?
Hell no.
But hell no. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll pass that one then. Bud Light Blackout. That's it. There's a title.
Well, I think
I
he's
think that
referring to the wig.
I think he was rating the Hell Nah movie. He drinks so much Bud Light, you
okay.
black out before you start it. Yeah.
Mr. Anderson, I'm so tired of zombie comedy. Me too. It's kind of been done to death in the last, the last 20 years, really. So yeah, let's
really
let
liked zombie
zombie comedies die and not be resurrected for a while.
I haven't watched a zombie movie in a while because it was so. The only thing zombie related I enjoy doing now is just killing them on my PlayStation. Otherwise, I haven't been watching too many zombie movies because it's been on TV for the last decade. Zombies. Like,
Yep.
I want a good.
I mean, the only thing I enjoy doing zombie related is having sex with dead people. I mean, I'm just so tired of the films.
Are you giving Krista sleeping pills again?
You don't have to. She sleeps really sound.
Okay.
Too much information.
Scream 6 is available on digital and Paramount Plus tomorrow.
No, thank you.
Which movie?
Scream 6.
Oh no, I'll pass. I'll pass.
I'm just not interested in
24. I don't know.
The last one didn't really impress me. It wasn't horrible, but I can't
didn't
remember
mind
much of it, so that tells you.
This one's supposed to
a
be
lot of
super
it.
bloody, and they change up Ghostface, where he's not a clumsy, bungling goof in this one, apparently, like the other one.
So he's a muscle-bound killer with a heart on?
I don't know. We'll just have to watch it and see, I guess.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'll hold up. I'll wait till it hits Netflix, and then I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm looking forward to it. Samara Weaving's in it, although I think she's basically doing the Drew Barrymore from the original Scream. I guarantee she gets killed off like in the opening scene, probably. Spoilers, but I haven't seen it, so it's not a spoiler. I'm just calling it right now.
Surprise spoilers. Maybe
The
it's a spoiler, maybe it's not.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, coming from the same folks at Ilphonic that brought us the Friday 13th game, will be available on August 18th. And it's
cool.
going to be, the day it's released, it's going to be available on Xbox Game Pass. So anybody with Xboxes that have Game Pass, you'll be able to play it on day one.
Yeah, but you don't want to play it on Xbox because
I don't know.
Everybody has Xboxes drinks Bud Light, so yeah.
I don't drink Bud Light. I have an Xbox.
Eat shit.
I mean, I have an Xbox. I have an Xbox, but it gets canceled out, I guess, because I have a PS5 too. So I have both of them. So
there you go.
Cancel each other out.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about the CCM game? I'll leave it over to you, Trav and Paul, because you guys are both big gamers.
I like the Friday the 13th game. I thought it was fun. There was some.
I'm not even a big gamer, but I loved it. The amount of detail they put into it, I was.
Yeah, I mean, and
very
it was a $20 game. You know.
Poe, get in here and tell them I'm right.
Oh, tell them you're right about the graphics and everything on the Friday the 13th game.
I didn't say anything about the graphics being good. I just said I really enjoyed all the detail they went into.
Oh, the detail. Well, I mean, okay. Well, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of gun shy now because of what happened. Because
gun media. That's what I was looking for.
Friday the 13th. I dove into it. I was excited. I even was willing to throw down the extra money to get the Savini Jason, but I didn't do that. And then all that bullshit happened. And it pissed me off. I spent all that time and unlocking all this stuff. And they even had a teaser in the game in that closet where you could see all the Jasons that you acquire. And they had the Uber Jason in there, like coming soon. And then all that bullshit happened. So now they're like, well, check out, this game and this game. And now we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to invest in this if something else is going to happen and cause some sort of blockage in it, because really and truly Friday the 13th should still be a badass game. Like, it should be the top horror game. But yeah, Dead by Daylight kind of stole that thunder, even though Dead by Daylight kind of existed around the same time. I think it existed a little bit before Friday the 13th because it was a PC game, exclusively to Steam. But then they're like, oh shit, look at all these console players going for Friday the 13th. So then they jumped on that bandwagon and kind of fucking just decimated Friday the 13th because Friday the 13th couldn't add anymore. So they're like, oh, well, Dead by Daylight, we can put, Michael Myers in here and Hellraiser and the Scream Mask guy and the Saw guy. And, they
were like, holy shit, people are into this? Fuck yeah, we'll jump on it.
They didn't, but the thing about Friday the 13th was you got to, you had to get the car going. You had to escape. I don't like Dead by Daylight because you have to start generators and it's just fucking annoying. Like, that was the difference between those two games. You felt like you were in the Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion on that. But I'm gun shy on this one. I really want to play it, but then I'm also like, I wish I could be more hype about it. And
as much as I do enjoy the Texas Chainsaw franchise, I mean, it's not near and dear to me like Friday the 13th is. So, even if they go in the same amount of detail on this, and for one thing, the Texas Chainsaw, I mean, it's each film is like its own thing. It doesn't have the continuity
Yeah.
of the
And
Friday.
see,
Not
that's
that,
like
not that the continuity isn't fucked up on the Friday the 13th franchise,
no.
but
Oh
there's a
yeah, it
lot
is.
more
But
continuity
the
than there is with
Friday the
Texas Chainsaw.
13th, you can make a game out of it and include all the films and make one big game out of it.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that on Texas Chainsaw and make it playable, likable, and repeatable to where, like right now, I can put Friday the 13th on and get play, especially now so I can play online and get on there and play online with people and have fun. Like, how are they going to do this with Texas Chainsaw? Don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to buy it when it gets cheap and try it.
Oh yeah.
But but I'll wait. But that's the thing. I think when Friday the 13th come out, it was only like a $25-$30 game.
It was. It was.
And then
It was cheap.
and
It
yeah,
was.
and then like 2 months, it was a $20 game.
Yeah.
You know, it was cheap from the beginning. And for all the playability you got out, everything you could do on it, everything, all them, it's even got Darcy the fucking mail girl on it. It's got Diana Prince on it in one of the cabins. I mean, come on, it was nothing but a throwback for the fans.
Oh yeah,
So
it
you
was
know,
completely catering to the fans. You know,
oh,
it was
even my
made
boys,
for the
they
hardcore
got
fan.
into it. They did stuff I didn't even mess with. They got into going in the cabins, unlocking all the riddles. All they were, hey, Dad, you know these films come in here, and they were looking, you know, like, oh yeah, you got to put this person here, that person there, whatever it was. I don't remember. And I'm not gonna lie, there was some of it I had to Google because it'd been so long. But and then they figured out they could Google the shit, and then they didn't need their old dad anymore. But anyway, you know, it's that game is nothing but a throwback for the fans. And if they don't do that for the Texas Chainsaw, it's not going to work. So, and they're going to have a hell of a lot harder time making it for Texas Chainsaw than they would have for the Friday the 13th. So,
Yeah,
they've got
I
the
agree.
work cut out for them. They've got their
Good
work
luck.
cut out
Yeah.
for them. If they're going to, I hope they do. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing on them, but I hope they do. But it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to do.
Okay. Well, next week, season 3 of Sci-Fi's Chucky series starts filming, which I'm glad to see it got renewed for third season. I still haven't watched season 2 yet, but
Haven't either.
the first season was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and it was just great seeing Brad Dourif back as Chucky as always. But I don't know. I just got to wonder how long this is going to last. I'm actually kind of surprised we've got so many that it's made it this far. That the fans have held it up this long.
Well, it's been pretty damn good. I mean, the first season surprised the hell out of me.
It delivered. It
So
did.
it did.
Ghostbusters Firehouse, the sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Firehouse is just the working title right now. Just added another member to the cast, William Atherton, I believe the guy who played Peck, the district attorney in the original Ghostbusters. So it'll be cool to see him back, I guess. I don't know. I don't have really high hopes for this one. I think they're going to try to mash that nostalgia button again. And I think Afterlife was just a one-off deal, and I don't think it's
I
going to
haven't seen
resonate with the
Afterlife
fan.
yet.
Definitely recommend it. Definitely. At the end of it, with me and the old lady and 5 kids, there was not a dry eye in the theater at the end of it. Wonderful tribute to Harold Ramis, Egon, at the end of it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it. I'm just going to go in with low expectations and hope for the best. Here's one you guys will like. Lionsgate has announced they are have a Twilight series in production.
Oh shit!
And then, oddly enough, no platform has picked it up yet, though. No channel. Nobody wants to touch that. I can't imagine. So let's hope that never happens.
Oh wait, no. I want it to happen, but I want Blade to be one of the key members of the cast.
Yeah.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Just glitter flinging every place. Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm looking for sparkles.
Or the chick from Underworld. She'd tear some shit up.
That'd work too. But
Yeah,
she doesn't
yeah,
kill
absolutely.
vampires though.
No, she just kill werewolves.
Hmm. I want them to kill sparkly fucking vampires because they're the LGPD, whatever the fuck you call them, of the
Alphabet
fucking
people.
vampire world.
Yeah.
They're the alphabet
Yep.
vampires.
The
Kill 'em.
alphabet vampires.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
Yep. Vampires
Ah.
are not supposed to sparkle, damn it.
Warner Brothers and Legendary have announced the next in the Kaiju series, Godzilla X Kong.
Ex
The
cock or
New
Kong?
Empire. The New Empire.
Wait,
Is
Cody.
that
what did you-
Godzilla times? Are we multiplying Godzilla times King Kong? I'm confused
No,
here.
in the world of Japan, when they do something like you'll see something X something, it's just a space. Instead of having it just say King Kong or Godzilla and then King Kong or with a comma, they put it in there for flash, but it's just a space. So it's just King Kong and Godzilla. They're not versus. They're not going to fight each other. It's just they're both in the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, how do they rate triple X movies?
They don't because they're illegal over there. Well, it's like there's this anime called Hunter x Hunter, and all you're supposed to say is Hunter Hunter. The X is just there because they're weird. They're Japanese. They're just weird.
So how do you rate porno movies? Is what you're asking?
Well, if you've ever truly
Yeah, over
watched
there.
if you've ever truly watched a Japanese porno, it's all pixelated anyway. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, but I
They're
can't.
the worst porns to ever watch.
Yeah, they are because it's always like some little Chinese Japanese chick. She's like, and then you have "Oh, you say no me yata. Oh, yeah, so good to you." Oh, yeah. And then, That's what it sounds like to me.
wait.
"Oh, you say good to you." Oh, yeah.
And then you're forgetting the erection time. That and then
Yeah, or you see the glitter or whatever, like the sparkly stuff.
Bukaki Overload. The Revenge.
and then in the money shop, it turns to all the little freaking Chinese infomercials.
I will give you 5 tentacles right in your ass.
Which means probably Feast was heavily edited for Japan because they didn't want to see all that monster cock.
Probably not.
Probably all
It was all
pixelated.
blurry and shit. Yeah, pixelated.
Well, yeah.
You know, Japanese porn, it looks like everybody's privates are like in a what is it, a relocation program. They're all pixelated shit. You do not see my cock. All right. Anyway.
But yeah, Godzilla Kong, March 15th, 2024. So whoever's excited for that, woohoo.
Why? Why?
Why do that? Yeah, why?
I don't get. I've told this story before. I think I was the only one. I want to say I was the only one in the movie theater when watching Godzilla, the Bryan Cranston Godzilla. They're flying. They're all the military guys are in a helicopter flying to go fight Godzilla, and this guy cocks his little pistol. And I was like, like, what is he gonna do with that? He's just like, everybody's loading their guns up, and he just has a pistol and he just racks it. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? They're not gonna do anything. Is that for you to kill yourself before Godzilla eats you?
He's like, I'm gonna piece him off with this.
It was just so stupid. It's like, how many times are gonna shoot Godzilla and King Kong?
Not to mention Godzilla's in like 5 seconds of the movie.
Yeah, the Bryan Cranston one was terrible, and I love Godzilla. I love Godzilla movies.
You'll be happy to know the same director is returning for Godzilla Space Kong.
Oh,
maybe it's Godzilla and Kong in space. I mean, who knows?
Maybe Godzilla.
Wait,
King Kong does Godzilla.
Are we sure they haven't caught up to what the X's mean, and this isn't going to be a giant freaking bestiality movie?
It's made by Americans. I can guarantee it's not a bestiality movie. If it was a European film, I'd say maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got some twisted people out there now.
Yeah, but with all the woke people out there, they got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's the next fucking step. Have you not been watching shit? Good God. Now we got 60-year-old men identifying as 7-year-old girls wanting to have play dates. What the fuck do you think is on their agenda?
I know that I saw a new thing where they're identifying as infants. Like there's a
I've seen
guy,
it too.
it was in England. The wife's like, "Oh yes, he's a baby, and I'll take care of him." And he's like, "Wah." He's got a fucking pacifier
Hey,
mouth, and I'm
hey,
like, "What the?
I
What
don't know
the
this. I
fuck?"
haven't seen this. I don't know this dude, but me and Trav can both. I hate to throw you in the pool here, bud, but we both drank some moonshine that made both of us self-identify as babies
Ooh.
before.
Oh no, I believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I believe that. I've
Crouched and
seen people.
laying in the fetal
Yeah.
position on the floor and crying. Yeah, definitely.
I've seen I've
Mm-hmm.
seen someone messed up on moonshine. They're laying on the ground. They're like, "Why'd I do this? Someone shoot me in the head." I was like, "God bless." I'm glad I didn't drink it.
Much. It's just like, oh, yeah, that was, and that wasn't even the bad part. It was the next day. That was, oh, yep.
And that was when we were young and spry.
Oh my god! Yeah, you two wouldn't be alive right now. You'd probably be brain
Yeah.
dead if you did that.
I'm
like
not sure I'm alive right now anyway.
I'm pretty
This is
sure
awful.
I'm pretty sure my liver would crawl out of my body and choke me to death, so I would stop it.
You son
I
of a
mean,
bitch!
seriously. I'm done.
Well, before you guys continue, I got to get going.
Yes, sir.
My wife won't wait for me all night,
Oh yeah,
and
good luck there,
All
buddy.
right, man.
I appreciate y'all having me on. And I do want to make a
Oh,
suggestion.
anytime.
If you're going to do the camping series, I want to be on if you guys decide to do it. But
Of
you
course.
got to do the sleepaway camp films.
That's my creme de la creme. So
So
Yep.
when you do
yeah,
that,
it's definitely coming.
I definitely want to be a part of that one for sure.
Absolutely. You will be here, sir.
All right.
And good
So
luck tonight. And you can do it. You
yeah,
can do it all night long.
I
Take
hope
2
so. I
pills.
hope so. I'll take
Blue pill, blue pill, blue pill, blue pill.
So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you.
Bye, Polly.
You
All
too.
right.
You have a
All
better night.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, okay. He removed himself. I was about to remove him. He removed himself from this. I gotta share something because I was messing with this stupid. Oh, do you have any more news before I get
Nothing worth talking about.
That's awesome. Nothing we're talking about, really, I guess. All right. So I open up Snapchat here and it says my AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Hi, Mr. Poe. I'm your new AI chatbot. You can ask me just about anything, and I'll do my best to help. I'm always here for a laugh. And you can give me a name if you'd like. Is there anything I could do for you today?" So I'm like, well, I'm going to fuck around with this, right? And I said, "Your name will be Paps Blue Robot." And it said, "I'm sorry, I can't use that name as it promotes alcohol consumption. Can you, may I make a suggestion of Max or Maddie?" And I was like, "How about Mormon Bot?" It says, "I'm sorry, but I can't use that name as it might offend some people. How about Miles or Maggie?" And I said, "How about Lamo?" And it said, "I'm sorry, but I don't find that name very respectful." So I said, "How about Richard Smoker?" And it said, "I'm sorry, but that name is inappropriate and offensive. Can we please
Holy
choose
fuck.
a different name? Can we choose a different name for me that is respectful and appropriate?" And I said, "How about Goody Robot Two Shoes or something?" I was just being stupid. And it goes, "I'm sorry, but that name sounds a bit too long and difficult to remember." And then I kind of messed with the lettering. Pretty much I said, I put, "I'm a lame fuck." I said, "I'm sorry, but I don't understand what that name means." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Wow,
The
for
fuck
AI,
kind of IA are you?
I said, wow, for AI, you're pretty sensitive and lame." And it says, I'm sorry if I'm coming across as sensitive as an AI. I'm programmed to be respectful and considerate towards everyone. I'm here to help. And I said, and it goes, is there anything you want me to do? And I said, kick rocks. And it said, I'm sorry I've said something to upset you. And I said, pretty offended right now. Talk to you later. And it said, I'm sorry to hear you're offended. I'm like, what the fuck? I was trying to give him a cool name, and he's being a fucking little crybaby bitch.
Yeah, a buddy of me and Trav's, a good buddy of ours, has already been on this trying to abuse the Snapchat AI.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it to, he was frustrated because he couldn't get to say anything offensive because he was asking it all kinds of stupid shit. And he finally got a response. Like I said, he couldn't get a response out of anything on it, but he finally got a response on it when he asked it beans or no beans. It said beans. They're quite flavorful and chili, and it likes its chili with beans in it. I'm like, the AI eats chili. Okay.
You know, the thing about it is, too, that whole fucking conversation, like, it's like, I'm programmed not to be offensive and all this stuff. Where are we going with this AI shit? I hate to go on a tangent, but like, what the fuck? Like, you're a fucking robot. Like, just shut up. You're nothing. You are. But I don't want to be offensive, and I don't like that name because it's offensive to me. How are you offended? You're a fucking nothing. You are nothing.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I tried to delete the shit, and it will not let you delete it. And at first, come on, I don't know fucking AI shit on my Snapchat. And I even messaged Snapchat and said, I'm going to delete fucking Snapchat if you don't get rid of this.
Yeah.
And it sent me through a long list to go through, and it still didn't delete it. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit.
Where are we going with this? Is this going to be, kind of like Demolition?
The AI is
like
just
Demolition
a spy,
Man.
is all it is.
We're going towards Demolition Man because you're going to walk into a bank or a public place and you're going to say the wrong word and it'll go, that is one ticket, blah, 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 and it spits it out. Or it go to your phone now. I mean, we won't do paper because that's not conservation.
I'm gonna have to watch.
Well, they're trying to go with
really
digital.
Pay attention.
All digital currency, so they can control. They track every penny you spend.
I'm really gonna have to watch Demolition Man and pay attention because I don't remember how to use them 3 seashells.
3 seashells, yeah, that's what I'm saying, buddy.
You're out of toilet paper. He doesn't know how to use the shells. Oh, it's always 3 seashells in there. Dude, it's getting ridiculous. Like any public place you're going to go to in the future, that's what this AI is for. Is to regulate what we say, and that's not cool. That's not cool. Nope. I want to be able to say "fuck you, motherfucker" if I want to, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's offensive language.
And what's going to be even worse after a while, all the AI is going to sound like the HughesNet people. It's going to be, thank you for calling HughesNet. How may I help you? And that's what all the motherfuckers are going to sound like because they outsource everything to over there to the Sandy Water people. And that's exactly what AI is going to sound like in 10 years.
It's insane. That whole thing, I was laughing while I was doing it, but then also I started thinking, this is fucked up. Like, what the hell?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I got this for you.
Hail to the king, baby.
There you go. That's perfect. Hail to the king, baby. Fucking right. We're gonna have to do a Bruce Campbell special on one episode too.
And talk about the 3 good films he did in his career.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Oh, don't forget the series.
And the one good series he did, yeah.
And after fucking Stars fucking
fucked us.
That damn series
just go ahead and say it. They fucked us.
Dude, I canceled Stars and I even canceled fucking DirecTV because of that bullshit. I was like, you motherfuckers, I'm done. I canceled it all.
It's hard to get into anything. That's why I'm very careful, dude. I'm very careful of what I get into.
Oh, I think they could have carried that Evil Dead series on for fuck. I bet they could have got 2 or 3 more seasons out of it easy without it getting old.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And it had a great following. But so, Cody,
Hey.
you got any ideas on the next show?
Well, we'll be going back to camp again, so
Yep.
Awesome.
I don't know where we're going back to camp, but
I don't either.
but I'm thinking maybe we talked about doing the burning. I'd love to do that sometime and
That'll
throw
work.
another camp film in there, and maybe we'll get a guest on, let them pick one or something.
Sounds good. We need to do it early because this is the week where I do all my work when I don't have the kids.
There you go.
So we need to figure it out
Cool.
more sooner than later.
Okay.
All right, we'll come up with something.
Yep. So
Cool
the
deal.
burning and something else.
And something else.
What about Briscoe
sounds good.
County Jr.?
Briscoe
Yeah.
County Jr.
There's a couple campy episodes of that.
Yeah, there. I enjoyed it. I watched the reruns
I liked it.
time ago. I have the video you wanted me to show at the very end, Cody. If you want to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we can play out on that. But,
Okay.
just want to say first, thanks. Well, mainly thanks to you, Poe, for
My
putting
pleasure.
up with all this bullshit and sitting with us
Oh,
for 3
hell yeah.
hours.
I love it.
And thanks to everybody for watching, and Grandpa the Nerd for hanging out with us. It's been a blast as always. I hope we didn't bore you too bad as we revisited the Feast series. We had a lot of fun with it. And the next episode, it'll probably be more of the same bullshit. So we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.
Esta es la historia de Alfich, parte 1, parte 2, parte 3. Comenzó en un bar y se fueron en el carro. En la calle embarrados, ahí fueron a acabar. Ay, Dios mío, oh my. ¿Cuál es la historia del fin? ¿Qué chingada bestia fue? Me lo gustaría contar. No hay modo de hacerlo, pues, porque aquellos que se atrevieron, su suerte fueron a encontrar. Ay, Dios mío. Comenzó el monstruo a atacar en una taberna, los atrapó por delante, por atrás, pero nadie se dejó, le dieron pelea al cabrón. Toda la noche duró, pero solo algunos la luz del día les llegó. Ay, Dios mío. Así comienza la voz cuando las motos llegaron. El pueblo muerto encontraron, donde esconderse buscaron, pero nunca lo hallaron. Porque un pacheco les negó y a todos se los chingaron. Ay, Dios mío. Así comienza la 3, el final de la épica, pues, o de todo aquí, la profeta Karate Kid, el monstruo violador y el robot que en la boca abierta les dejó. Oh, Dios mío. Oh, my. ¿Cómo sobrevivir cuando los monstruos se multiplicaron? Nada podía matarlos, ni las hachas, ni los palos. Las abuelitas se las comieron, a los gatos se los chingaron. ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Oh, my! Así termina el festín, la 1, la 2, la 3, chance hasta la 4, donde tal vez se encuentren la respuesta que andan buscando. Pero si no es así, a mí que no me anden chingando.